Attitude, girl. Attitude, girl.
All massive and crew.
Pull up to your place, clean like Scarface. The blimp said the world is mine. Lead girl energy is what you give to me. And now it's showtime. You are Mr. Girl. Yeah, showtime. You are my star. Oh yes you are, girl, it's showtime. You are my star, girl. It's like flashing lights. You are the star, girl, in my love life. Alright, since you want me, be me to ride you. When you're lonely, call me. Me I no Ken, but you are my Barbie. How do it's a no Titanic, them fast and furious, them last and curious. My Megan good, yeah, she good enough. Rather than Broadway, she pulling up. Ready for the showtime with me and my star girl. Oh, yeah, showtime. You are my star. You are the beat, showtime. You are my star girl. Boy, flashing lights. Star girl in my love life. Come on, you listen, man. You are to me. Let me tell you now. A movie star. In this love scene, we play the part. I mean, we fill up your life with love. Girl, I won't play with it. Rock like Stadium, Pissy Taylor Swift. Though you've got fans, I'm your man. You got the lead role, star in my show. You stick to the script. That's why me love you, you never switch. Now I show time, me and my star girl. Oh yeah, showtime. You are the star. Showtime. Me and my star girl. Flashing lights. Star girl in a me love life. Ready for the showtime. Me and my star girl. Oh na 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 na. Showtime. You are the star. You are the beat of me heart. Showtime. Me and my star girl. Flashing lights. Star girl in a me love life. Oh yeah. You are
Mic check 1 2. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Let go. Let me know if you can hear me because I can't hear myself right now. I can't hear my music or anything. Wagwan remix. Wagwan, everyone making themselves known. I might just have to leave and come back. You get me? Because I can't hear anything. I don't know why. But yeah, so bear me a second. I don't know what's going on. So bear me. Hey, Wagwan. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I'm sure you can hear me, but I can't hear you. So technicals always. You hear this? Okay. What's goody? Thank you. So for all those that make themselves known already, Wagwan, I hope you're blessed. You're good. How you doing on this evening for you, early morning for me? We're not going to be out here long because we have things to do later on today. We have things to do. But I'm going to just say this. I'm tired of this bullshit. I'm tired of it. And the shit that's playing out now is a load of fuckery. Because, you know, peeps are being like oblivious to what actually transpired on YouTube. Forget all the other shit that's been added. Yeah, let's go back and how we got here. That's what we need to do, because it's a load of fuckery. And what I will say is people had their own opinions, their own thoughts on this fucking bullshit. And I don't care how many lives you do, it's still not going to change opinions because we saw what happened. You said there was a fucking threat. Where's the threat? Oh, now I ain't seen the damn threat. Has anyone seen the threat? Can someone point me to the threat? Someone point me to the threat. Where is the threat? Still waiting. Because all now I ain't seen no threat happen yet. Because you came out here and made it all mysterious that your life was in danger. Your life was in fucking danger, but yet you stood there and did how many lives? But your life's in danger and you're under threat because you can't talk about someone. That's a fucking lie. No one has ever told you that you can't talk about anybody upon this thing. No one. You press live, you could talk your shit. What's stopping you? Who's ever stopped you from doing that? No one stopped anyone from doing that across this bitch. Like we're going on like we're the only peeps on this fucking billionaire app. What's really going on out here? Somebody tell me now. Someone make this make sense to me. So let's go by what we saw transpire. Not all this extra rah-rah shit when we showing medical records and all of this shit. And we're going to get into that later because you know what, darling? This ain't the first rodeo we had this with your fucking medical records. And you coming out here telling us about your medication. You told us all of these things. How many lives ago that you've taken down? You told us all of this shit about you. We would have been none the wiser. You came out and told us that you're on medication. You told us about your mental health issues. You told us this shit. It wasn't no guessing match. It wasn't no umming and ahhing. None of the people that you spoke to behind the scenes told us anything. You told us this. So I don't know why everyone's trying to play dumb around here. She come out and told us that she don't take her fucking meds. She showed her medical records. This ain't the first time she showed them. She showed them when she tried to challenge Shakim on some shit. Have we all forgotten? We got amnesia, yeah? Like all this delusion of grandeur that's going on around here. It's a manipulative shit. And you lot know it. But you know what? In our sick, twisted minds, it's all for fucking entertainment purposes only, isn't it? That's what this really is. You lot got me fucked up around here. Because again, this also stands back to what is fucking friendship? What does it mean to you? Because really and truly, if this was in front of your face, you think one of your so-called friends can do this to you in reality? Forget this online internet bullshit games. You think you can let this stand in front of you in your face? But because we're behind screens and shit, we can talk the loudest, say all this mad shit. You know what? If this was in front of your face, you wouldn't be talking this way. And to think you was some kind of saver hoe, like you're saving somebody. You're trying to say they're giving you a little inkling into their life, and you think you're the saver hoe bitch. Oh, I was a positive life. I was a blessing, all this positivity. No, bitch, no, you wasn't. You was fishing for information to come out here and do what you did. You're disgusting. I don't know who can call your friend after this. I don't care. I don't care which way you put it, how you spin it, whatever book you want to put it on. You is disgusting, and I would never have you as a friend. For real. All this because a person told you to respect their boundary. Don't bring me up in an argument. Can you at least respect that? But you was dismissive. You wanted to write 4-page letter text messages. And even when they gave you a fucking voice note so you can actually hear how they feel in this situation, you dismissed it. You didn't want to listen. But yet you didn't want to listen. But yet you come on here, want to transcribe it and then trying to critique it afterwards. Is that how you do all your friends? You're not on some fuckeries. And you lot are feeding it. You know why? Because in your twisted minds, it's all for fucking entertainment purposes only. But in real life, you want to let this shit run. But we're not in real life, innit? This is some YouTube internet games shit. So let's play. And I'm going by what was played out on YouTube. Not all this extra shit. what was actually said from the beginning. Because you made it out like your life was in so-called grievous danger and something was going to happen to you. Before you didn't go seek some help. Go speak to somebody. Lawyer, solicitor, all of them things. But no, you stood here online because you needed their attention and interaction. And from the evidence that was shown online, Tia Pri never said nothing bad about you until you said it about yourself. She actually said, if you talk about a situation that transpired the night before you had all them text messages and that phone call, she would roll on it. Until then, she never said a goddamn thing. And everybody fucking knows that. She never said a thing. She never spoke on your family. None of that. She never even said what meds you actually take. She said, you lot can work that out for yourselves. But here you come showing all your medical records and your doctor's notes and everything, thinking that you're winning. No, you look like a damn idiot. You played yourself. For someone that's celibate, you seem to be really fucking active. But let me not talk under your pussy. You already got a lot of problems there, considering you need to test so much. So, shout out to all those coming through. And let me hold some manners and respect around this thing, y'all. Let me put a rhythm in the background. I don't know why this is not in my ears, man. Sorry. Okay. So if it's loud in your ears, I don't know what's going on. Not rhyme, but but let me put some manners out here first before we proceed. So hey, your brother said, nice to see you. My wifey, that sexy toy lady. Hope all is well with you. Miss Tia Pri, how you doing this evening, darling? I heard you said you're driving, so take it easy out there. Trixie, nice to see you, darling. Pastor Vic, Remix, Black Pearl, Think First, aka Storm, My Opinion, Gemini, Lorna, and all those who are crowd watching high haters. Take a fucking seat. So let's go, and this is all in the realms of fair fucking use. I've got a lot of videos to play, so we're gonna go through them. And this is my opinion and my viewpoint, and I don't give a fuck because you've done so many lies and throwing subs and shit, which you're in your right to do so anyways. Come pay your internet. All right, so let me get this ready because I just want to play the fucking audio. Right. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, let me cut this music down. Right, so the first live I'm going to play is coming from Slander, Positively Hate. Shout out to fair fucking use. We're going to play it from when this all transpired, yeah? So let's roll out. Listen good, yeah? I want to open up your ears. Listen good.
Don't you hear, Miss Lady? Now, you made some pretty, wild claims on your last live. Can we talk about it?
Briefly.
Okay. Now, you said you got a phone call and they said stop speaking about Ray.
Yeah.
That's some diabolical shit. That sound like some motherfucking, that's some crazy shit. That's some.
I mean,
Now,
it was crazier than that. It was crazy, like the level of manipulation. Like I said, it was like some love bombing, and then it was some like soft touch. I won't be mad, but could you please? And
Right? Don't you act like that, nigga. You had one of your goons call Carrie and tell her shut the fuck up, or some shit was gonna happen to her. Now I don't know what type of. Nah, P. She said she knew who it was, my nigga. She said she knew who it was. Nah, it wasn't no muffled voice, P. Man, I don't know. You feel me? When she was saying this on her live early, nigga, I had to put the weed there. I had to sit there like, oh, nigga, what? Yeah, I mean, this is some new level shit to say. This has never happened before.
I mean, I'm not, like I said, if nothing comes from it, nothing comes from it. But yeah, I did. I literally got,
hold on.
You know,
you might be safe.
Okay. Hey Slander, hey Vibrant Law, damn up in now. Sorry if I missed you, darling. Hey P. So that's what we heard. Yeah, you came out on your live and you said you was a threatened and all of this shit. Slander asked you again, you was threatened, and you said it's some love bombing and stuff. But yeah, you was threatened. You was really threatened, huh? Oh, you was really threatened. Are you sure? See, from that live, P did a live and he played this shit as well. So we're going to go right over to P's as well. Yeah. Hi, P. Yes, I'm using your fucking content.
This was a couple of days ago. And like I said, I didn't know if I was even going to say anything, but I was like, yeah, let me at least say something, because if something weird happened to me or something, I just want to make it clear. Like I received these threats. Like, yeah.
Okay, that's all we need to hear.
You received some threats. Where's the threats? Oh, now we ain't seen the threat. Has it happened yet? Has anybody seen the threat? Let me know if you've seen a threat. Point me in the right direction. Furthermore, let's start this shit right here. Let's vote. Have you heard a threat or you seen a threat? Let's vote on this shit. Has anyone heard a threat yet? That's what I like. I want to know. Because no, I ain't heard no threat yet.
Here, you I mean, if you don't want to, that's cool. But would you care to elaborate on that? Any, if you want to, Carrie?
I mean, I will say in that soundbite right there, it sounded like I was saying something might happen to me, like physically, like I might get hurt or killed or something. And I don't mean that. The person said that they were gonna say something.
Are you sure you didn't mean that? Because that's how you was coming across when you first said it. Your life was in danger. Oh my God. If I speak on Triggs, something's gonna happen to me. That's what you were saying. And now you changed it and said, no, I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant. But what?
Something. And presumably in the sector, right? So I don't know. I feel like they were threatening to like expose me or say something about me. And I don't know what it is. They wouldn't tell me. Like, after I told them I wasn't gonna like give in to whatever little threat, they shut down the conversation and kind of wouldn't talk about it anymore. Like, and that was it. So
they shut down the conversation, didn't want to talk about it anymore, but you've turned this into it was a threat and your life was in danger. Really? Life was so in danger. It was a threat. I'm going to give another minute on this. Get your votes in. Because I'm still waiting. What threat? I haven't heard no threat. Even the lives that you didn't even say what the threat was. No one see no threat. I didn't see a threat. I didn't hear no threat. Let me see. Not danger. Watch yourself. Okay, I'm gonna end this shit here. So the conclusion was 84% said no, they didn't hear a threat, and 15% said yes, they heard a threat. No, now I'm gonna say that some of you are fucking trolling, but it's okay. Your opinion is your opinion. Let's continue.
So I kind of wanted to put this out there just in case, like I said, in case some weird story comes out about me. And
in case a weird story comes out about you. Has a weird story come out yet?
It wasn't talking about Triggs in general. It was talking about specific things about Triggs. Like I need to not talk about X, Y, and Z. And so, yeah, this happened. I don't have no reason to make this up. But I will say this, like I was definitely very surprised by this. And it took me a while to realize I had been threatened, because when the person was saying, if you do it, I'm going to have to say something. I literally was answering. I was texting them like, why would you have to say something? Like, if you don't want to say something, just don't say it. That's how dumb I am. Like, oh, you mean like you're going to have to like, come at me. It took me a minute to realize what that meant. Because I literally like, why would you have to say something? Because I'm talking about Triggs. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me jump in for a minute with Carrie. And like a reporter, and I know.
P just be on his reporter shit. So, in all of that, to what we do know, but going back there, does that make any sense? Does any of that make any sense? If you speak on Triggs, something is going to happen to you. Really? Out of many times you've spoken of many people across this, oh shit, all the people in the sector you've spoken on many a times. When has someone told you can't speak on them? Why now? What's different now? What's changed? What's changed? What makes this time any different from all the other times you've spoken on people? Because you was gung-ho, you spoke on Smoke the other day without no one threatening you if you speak on him. You speak on the shut-in all the time. You've spoken on Stargate all the time. You've spoken on Breaking. No one stopped you speaking on them. So what's different with Triggs if you speak on them? Well, speak on him, sorry. What's different? What's changed? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because no one stopped you before. So what's changed? Why now? Anyways. Exactly. Been talking on him. So what's changed? That's what I want to know. Forget all this extra fuck shit. What has changed? It's not making sense. But we're all here for entertainment purposes only, so it is what it is. So from that live now, I did a live because there was some lives in between. You get me? There was lives in between. So then I did a live. And this live is not exactly clear. It's choppy as fucking hell. So that's why I didn't keep it up, because it is choppy and you can hardly hear what anyone's saying. I don't know why that happened to this live. I don't know why it's all buggy like this, but that's what happened. So listen to this. So I was going off on my own live, like, who threatened you? What is all this shit and stuff? And T-Pre, it was me, YouTube Unfolded, Mikey was up at the time, and T-Pre happened to hit my panel. Because she was away. She said she was on vacation and stuff.
Hey, y'all.
Take a listen to this. T-Pre.
Hey. T-Pre.
Hey.
Okay, so I honestly have been away for the weekend. So,
and like I said, it's choppy as hell. It jumps. But try and listen good, yeah?
So I didn't see a lot of stuff. There's some stuff I did catch up on, but I'm a little bit confused. Who are you talking about right now? If you don't mind.
Your friend, Carrie, she started this shit with me, T-Pre.
Oh. Oh well, her and I don't even speak, so we don't talk.
She
And
started
Chad
shit with
came
me.
up. Yeah, Chad came up and basically just stirring the pot. But
Which
said
is
that,
fine, you know, it's the sector, you know what it's going to give. And you know what, you've been
Right.
waiting for me to go off anyways, because that's what you wanted me to feed you, so I fed your pussy clot. So now you can go live and scream and do me full of it. I don't know what kind of games you're trying to play around here.
So I had went back and watched Slander Show, and I also watched P Show. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was very confused about that. So whoever she's talking about, it can't be me, because I've never threatened her, and I damn sure have never told her not to speak on Triggs. I've never said anything like that. So she's not talking about me with whoever that mystery person is that told her anything like that, and that also threatened her or anything. No. So I don't know, but yeah, because I've never had that conversation
my
with the Carrie
apologies.
yet. So
It's very choppy.
That's probably why she never told y'all it was me, because it wasn't.
That's what makes it worse.
I never had
because
that
it's
conversation with her.
It's like she's alluding to that it's you that had that conversation with her. Do you get what I'm saying? Because the way she's putting it is like, oh, everyone's thinking, well, there's only two people that we kind of know of that you speak to, Steph or Miss T-Pre. So what's going on here? Put an Addy on it, and she wouldn't put her Addy on it. She wouldn't put a name on it. But she's been coming for me because from my last live, you get me, when Triggs was up there and she came up there to behavior, because I wasn't vocal about the shit that went on between Triggs, Propane, and that phone call. You get me?
Yeah.
That's where this comes
I
from.
do.
And I was like, how am I normalizing it? Why? I didn't say it at the time. Why? Because I'm not outraged at him and I'm not cussing him out. For what? If they've had, from my knowledge, they've had a phone call since that shit transpired. So what's happened since then has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with Carrie. But whatever it is, it ain't got shit to do with me. That's just it. We were cool, you know, and I don't really got no beef with her or whatever, but I'm just not dealing with that. Because I don't want no parts of any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want no beef with Triggs or any of that stuff. So if she's beefing with Triggs, I wanted to make that clear. And, you know, she was offended when I made that clear. So it just is what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? But never once did I have any conversation with her where I told her she cannot speak on Triggs. And never once have I ever told her that, you know, I've threatened to put out information about anything. I've never done anything like that. I don't know what she's talking about. So if she's not insinuating me, then she's got to be talking about somebody else. And I don't know who that is, because I've never had that conversation with her. As a matter of fact, I left her a few voice clips. The last time I spoke with her, just said, I actually said in these voice clips. So if it was, it can't be me she's talking about with these threats and all that stuff, because she would have mentioned that in the text messages she sent me. So I have no idea who she's talking about. But just to clear it up to the sector, it ain't me she's talking about. So.
Well, that's good to know, you get me? Because everyone was speculating like it was you. It's not a lie.
Yeah, and the funny part is I was on vacation.
Sorry,
the funny part is I was like on a whole vacation.
So from this live, as you can hear, T-Pre is talking. Because it's also been stated out here that T-Pre came on my panel and talking about meds and family things and stuff. That hasn't happened yet, has it? No. Not once did she mention it yet. But let's continue.
This weekend, I wasn't even in town. I wasn't online. I wasn't at anybody's chats or anything. I wasn't.
Get it.
And the last time I talked to her was like a couple weeks
As you
ago,
should be in my life.
or something like that. I don't know exactly when, but it was a while ago. So I have no, I don't know, girl. It ain't me. She's
It's
talking about.
crazy, man. But I'm not able. I'm not able with it. Like, leave me alone, because I won't do like you want me to do something that what for? You get me? They're gonna argue and fight and squabble. They're gonna argue, fight and squabble. What do I need to be outraged for?
And they'll be right back
For what?
talking again.
No, I don't even care. Like I don't care. I don't care who's arguing with who in the sector. I don't care who don't like who. None of that shit. And I told Trig that too. I told him, like, I honestly don't care, like, whether you had a conversation with Nikki or any. I don't give a fuck about
Right.
real life shit, right?
Let's touch on that. See, now in friendships, right? People tell people things, yeah. Now it's up to you as the individual. If you want to tell your friend anything, you don't have to tell your friend anything. You can receive information. We don't tell our friends everything. People tell people shit all the time. Doesn't mean you must carry it. Doesn't mean you must expand on it. You could just let it lie. Because I guarantee you don't tell your friends every single thing from what someone else has said about them. No, you don't. You don't. We don't tell each other everything. But you know what? In this case, you seem to need to carry everything. Why? What for? Oh yeah, forgot, for content and attention. Because this weren't your real friend. This was just some YouTube shit. But let's continue.
I have people in my life that are real people,
Absolutely.
right? You know, so I'm not just online.
Mm.
So I don't give a fuck about this shit, for real.
Oh, Brixton said, did you ever tell her that her Trig's commentary made you uncomfortable? That's what was said.
No, what I said was, I don't wish, and I mean, I really don't want to reveal the whole conversation, but I kind of have to, because, you know, it's unfortunate, but it started over your show.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Clark had mentioned in the show why, and these are the puzzle pieces y'all are missing. This is probably why everybody's so confused, because I would be too if I didn't understand the context of the conversation. So basically, she was saying that she was upset about how the woman trying to tell her, I didn't see it that way. I can go back and look at it. Maybe it's something I missed, but I didn't see it that way. And then she mentioned how Clark was saying, you know, how, you know, why are you mentioning Nikki when Nikki's not around? And I told her, I said, well, I semi-agree with that, but I'm letting you know, like, for me, when you're going back and forth with Triggs, I would appreciate it if you didn't forth with Triggs and stuff. She always bringing up what happened with Nikki and me, and you know what I mean? Like, and I don't like that. I don't do that shit. If I'm going back and forth with somebody, I'm gonna talk about whatever I got a problem with. You see what I'm saying? I don't feel like that was unreasonable for me to ask her. I just asked her that, and she was really offended by it. I'm not taking.
And that's where the crux of this shit comes from. Do not bring me up in your argument with this other person. That's all I ask. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, is that a fucking threat? Is it a threat? Or is that reasonable? You can have your back and forth, but just don't bring me up in it, please. Don't mention me. That's all I ask. Where's that a threat? Because I'm sure plenty of you have said that to your actual friends or your family members when there's been squabbles and shit going on. No, don't bring me, please, because I'm not involved. Don't bring me up, please. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And clearly you can't respect that because you wanted her to come out here and fight this battle with you. That's how I look at it. But I could be wrong. Let's continue.
In any rights away. I just simply am asking you to respect those boundaries.
Mhm.
I think that's pretty reasonable to ask.
Especially since it
But,
does include
you know, I
you.
don't even know why I gotta ask it. But if I do,
Right.
then you know that's you know okay, that's fine. So she kept asking me to give her a reason, right? I feel like I need to give you a reason. I feel like my word should be enough. You know what I'm saying? Considering that I've done that for you, there's certain things you ask me not to mention publicly, and I don't do it, right? And I still won't. But there's certain things that you just ask me not to do out of respect.
Right.
But okay, if you really need a reason, I'm gonna give you a
Mhm.
reason. I said I don't want to be going back and forth with Triggs. Triggs is a grown ass man. You understand what I'm saying? If you want to argue back and forth with him, even if I have a gripe with him or I don't like something he said or whatever, if I'm talking about that with a friend of mine, that's something different. But for me to be going back and forth with this nigga online, for what, right? And I don't even have no gripe with him. But
You see it there? She don't have no problems. Why she need to go back and forth with him? For what? Because you wanted to carry a bone. You carried it. She said she's not interested in it. She don't want to talk about it. She let it ride, as you do when you hear some shit. What was the problem? What is the initial problem in that? She's speaking to you like you're not understanding what I'm saying. I don't want to have this back and forth. I don't want to be in this argument that you've got going on or this squabble you got going on with him. Just leave me out of it. That's all I ask. You might vent to me about it. That's cool. We talk about it. We might talk shit about it. But I just don't want to be brought up in it, especially out here. But you know what? In some people's minds, everything has to be public and for twisted entertainment purposes only, isn't it? That's what this all falls in for. That's where this all falls and lies, for entertainment. But let's continue.
But the point is, why am I being mentioned when you're griping with him? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. And I think, like I said, I don't think that's unreasonable at all. That is all I said to her. She wanted to go off and go on a tangent. I'm not going to mention everything she said, but she said I was like infringing on her right to speak on whatever she wishes to speak on, and I'm trying to control how she speaks and all this
Oh
other
my
stuff.
God.
And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to feel that way, that's fine. I'm not about to argue with you. You see what I'm saying? And it's like she was trying to pull me into an argument because she likes to argue. I'm gonna be honest with you. This girl loves to fucking argue. I don't like to argue. That's just gonna piss me the fuck off. Okay, so arguing is just something I try not to do. So, you know, okay, whatever. If that's how you feeling, so be it. And she wanted to go on and speak and say whatever she felt. And hey, you have a wonderful day. And I hung up the phone. I'm not going to sit there arguing back and forth with you over your thoughts. If you can't comprehend the fact that I'm telling you I don't want to be a part of your issues with this man, you know what I'm saying? Then you just can't comprehend that shit. I'm not about to argue back and forth over that. That's just what it is. So I moved on. I wake up in the morning. I wake up every morning early. I woke up in the morning and I wake up to a barrage of text messages from her, like 1 something in the morning. And I'm looking at these messages like, wow, right? So I ended up sending her some messages back, and it had morphed into this whole, I'm taking her rights away, and, you know, she can't, I'm being selfish, and I should, you know, I should be able to be, I'm emotional, like all these things that I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I just don't care as much as maybe you do. I don't give a fuck, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I'm not gonna argue with you and fight how you feel.
Right.
So be it. If you feel like it's okay for you to keep mentioning me every time you argue with Triggs, okay, then there's no friendship here, but that's fine. You understand what I'm saying? That's just what it is. What the fuck I'm supposed to do about that? I felt like that was the mature way to handle that.
Yeah.
So this whole thing about somebody else, some ghost person, calling her up and leaving messages and stuff and telling her that they're going to have to reveal shit and they're going to do this and they're going to, I don't know who that person is because that ain't me. I didn't have that conversation with her.
And we all have a right to have conversations offline and friends. You should be able to say to your friend, yeah, no, don't bring me up again. Why are you bringing me up? That's what you were going with. So, a reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even see why that's something.
Right.
Yeah, I don't even see why that's something that has to. But okay, if you feel like your rights are being infringed upon that much, then do you. I'm not going to be mad about it, but do you.
Right.
But
this is what
I don't see
get.
how we can be calling each other girls and shit, and that's what we're doing. If you, because she's actually requested that of me before, I've obliged with no questions asked.
So it's not a two-way street, basically.
That's crazy in itself, man.
And maybe it was, but for that moment, maybe she just didn't see what I was seeing. But I'm giving out here with no fight over that.
Right.
Exactly.
You want to mention me? Like, it's
Right. Oh, it's madness. Thank you. But that's what I'm saying. You wanted, it's like you wanted me to get mad at Triggs over shit that has nothing to do with me. Did I say the shit was diabolical? Absolutely. What else? What more do you want me to be mad at him? Don't talk to him? What for? What?
Right. It's like,
But for all of us to know how he rolls, you should already know that's how he rolls. Deal with it.
Right.
And we always hear in other areas that you can't, to get upset about how somebody actually fights back is we can't tell them how to fight back. Everybody's going to react in the way they're going to react.
Right.
Most of us feel like we're not in it, so why are we speaking
I'm
up?
not in none of that shit.
And then, well, no, but it's like, that's what I'm saying. We're not in it, so why are we even, that whole not protecting the black woman is, we are protecting the black woman because we are black women and we're protecting ourselves. Now move on.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, even with this whole thing with the Triggs and propane thing, Carrie Ann is not even in the situation. So I don't really understand what the whole thing is that, I get it. Like, her and Triggs, they got a history of going back and forth. And
right.
I think she's making this more than it has to be. Real shit.
Absolutely.
It's the truth.
Absolutely.
But either way, I'm not up here to bash her and shit.
No.
I'm not about to be lying on either. Yeah, that's.
Like I said, my apologies. The shit was fucking choppy as hell. That's why it's not up. You gotta be careful hitting links. You're absolutely fine. You stop it, you. But yeah, my apologies. It was choppy as hell. That's why it's not up. But I hope you heard good through all of that. Now, did you hear anything about Meds and family being mentioned? Did we? Huh? Cause I didn't hear anything. Because it's being said it was brought to my panel. Because it weren't brought on that live. And then the other live I did as well. Not in the capacity that you're saying it was brought to everyone's attention. Who said yes? Oh my gosh, you don't be trolling, boy. I swear down. But no, you didn't hear that. See? There were no mudslinging or nothing. Just said, just leave me out of it. That is it. Didn't want to say anything. said there was text messages, voice notes, all of that was said. Still left it alone until lives were done, and then we ended up, after lives were done, X amount of lives and stuff, and T-Pre did go over there and try to talk to her a little bit and stuff to say, you know what, leave, like, allow it, what we doing here? This doesn't need to happen. But, you know, it did. So T-Pre did a live called Kerry Ann Let's Tell the Facts. She did. And I'm gonna play it from when T-Pre played her voice note. Because you lot could go back and read those 4-page letter text messages, yeah? Because T-Pre said it was in 2 o'clock in the morning that all these messages were coming through, and she responded in the morning via voice note. But listen to this.
Hold on 1 second.
All right, let me know if you guys can hear me, because I'm going to now play that red part that you guys see. It's about 6 minutes and 13 seconds long. So let's go ahead and play it.
Keep in mind, this live only came about is when T-Pre hit Kerry's live. That live is no longer up anymore. When she was in the chat, and then she went up on the live. And this is where this live comes from.
Listen, Carrie, I know you like to use the words emotional because you feel like somehow that's really going to make people emotional, right? At the end of the day, Carrie, I'm entitled to respond to you the way that I want to, okay?
Can y'all hear that?
I don't have to sit up and take your shit, okay? I just don't have to do that. I sat there long enough, and I tried to tell you why it bothered me. You dismissed why it bothered me, and you wanted me to explain to you, like I'm your 5-year-old student, why a situation bothered me. When, child, I am a 47-year-old grandmother. I don't have to explain myself to you or to anybody. But I gave you the courtesy of telling you why I felt some kind of way about that. And one of the reasons why I just simply don't want to engage in this conversation. And instead of you just taking that into consideration and understanding that other people have rights as well, and that it's not just always about you, and it's not always about fulfilling your emotions at the time and fulfilling your needs at the moment, right? You know, sometimes you have to step out of yourself and look at the bigger picture and understand that everything is not about Carrie Ann, right? For some reason, you had the inability to do that. And you wanted to turn around and tell me that somehow I'm taking some rights away from you by simply asking you not to bring me up when you want to argue back and forth about at tricks, okay? I have that right. I'm not sure why you think I don't. I'm not sure why somehow that infringes on your rights when, you know, I don't want you to think of me, okay? At least publicly, right? If you want to say something to me, you know, I can deal with that. But for you to keep bringing it up publicly, I think it's just disrespectful, and I think it's just out of pocket. And I've asked you kindly not to. And instead of you just taking that into perspective, you would rather gaslight me into somehow believing that I'm infringing on you, or somehow I am taking something away from you. I am selfishly, like the word you're trying to use here, you know, telling you what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. You know, you need to take a break, okay? Let's be honest. You need to take a break from the internet. At the end of the day, this thing has helped you to become as delusional as possible, and it's just absolutely ridiculous at this point. You're welcome to feel like I'm emotional, I'm, you know, selfish, I'm every other thing that you want to think in a book. The bottom line is, Carrie, I'm a woman who is talking to another woman who I barely know, okay? I'm cool with you, but we're not actually friends per se, because we don't really know each other, right? And every time I do get to know you a little bit more, I find something about you that is very disturbing. And this is probably the most disturbing at this point. I mean, the other stuff that I've seen, there's been some disturbing things I've tried to talk to you about. But this right here is just ridiculous. You know, here's the bottom line, Carrie. Everything in life is literally not about you, okay? You have to stop making everything in the world about you and how everybody needs to, you know, everybody's world needs to revolve around you and your thoughts and your feelings and what you want. You know, it's just ridiculous at this point. I need you to, you know, take full responsibility for your own behavior and stop trying to project your responsibility onto other people in order to help you sleep. Okay, you have to, you know, face some of these demons that you're dealing with, and stop putting this all on everybody else. I slept just fine last night. Okay, I wasn't up at 2:00 in the morning texting you about my care and my feelings and my thoughts. Okay, because it really doesn't matter at the end of the day what I think, and that's clear because I've already told you what I think. I gave it to you very clearly, very plainly. But for you, it has to become a fight and it has to become an argument. Whatever, Carrie. Okay? Whatever. I'm fully expecting you to carry me the way that you have carried every other person in the sector. And it's always everybody else's fault. It is never your fault. Never yours. So be it. It just is what it is, you know? I wish you well. But girl, leave me alone. I really don't care what you think. And I refuse. I absolutely fucking refuse to sit here and act like I am responsible for your manic behavior. And I'm not saying that to you to hurt you. I'm telling you the truth. And you know I'm telling you the truth. You know, sometimes the truth hurts, but baby, the truth will set you free. And you need to go get help. Okay? You seriously need serious help. And I'm not saying that to hurt your feelings at all. I'm being honest with you. So, you know, I hope that's what you do. In the process, let me be.
Okay, so
Now, hey, Josephine. Hey, Sector J. Nice to see you. So, within that and what we know transpired, right? Because I'm going to take down my banner so we can see this. I did say you could go over to T Priest's channel. You can still, that live is still up. For those who haven't seen it, haven't read through it, you can go right over there and check that out. To my lovely mods, you know, I don't ask you to do these things. Can you drop that T Priest live for me, please? So let me go here. Where is it? So remember, you have to bear in mind, lives were done. She did a live and T-Pre went over there. She actually hit the link and they were on live together. And that's where this live comes from, okay? So during that live, T-Pre, like I said, she showed the text messages, what she spoke about on my live and the voice note. Here, all of this. Now, the sector who was all there, we was all reading through all of this. Where is the threat? Did you guys hear a threat on that live? Even through that voice note, did you guys hear a threat? Where's the threat? Thank you, Trixie. Did you guys hear a threat during this live? Even through these messages, where's the threat? Because I didn't hear no threat. Your life's not in danger. No harm has come to you. She just asked you to respect her boundaries. But of course, within these messages, you dismiss them. Because right here, under the voice note, you said, I'm not willing to listen to a 6-minute message. You didn't even listen to it. Not your friend in the chat. I can't wish you, Joe. All of this was behind the scenes. What is it? I think I heard one, but the audio sounded edited. You played. No, I played that live and direct from Miss T Pre's live. Thank you very much, Slander. Don't try it. This is actually from T Pre's live. Don't try it, Slander. Nice try. But you dismissed it. There's no threat. You was up at 2 o'clock in the morning instead of catching a nice piece of sleep, texting away after your phone call. And she responded to you in the morning and told you exactly how she felt. But you couldn't be bothered to take time and listen. You dismissed it. Then after this, where was it? You did a live. You did more lives after this. And instead of listening to it, you transcribed it. And you started calling her out her name, because this is where you was gearing it up. You started calling her a drunk, how she got 6 million baby daddies, how she's a colorist, she don't even have curls, her daughter hates her. You started to ramp it up. Walk on the forward in Charlotte, and you started to sub, you know what I mean? You started to ramp up the subs. And yet T Pre still didn't say anything bad. And we know how Pre gets down. We all know how Pre gets down. If she wants to say something, she'll motherfucking say it. We've been around this bitch for nearly 6 years and more. We know how T Pre gets down. And yet she still gave you fucking courtesy. What you say, Sector J? Did anyone think T Pre and Kerry Ann was gonna last as friends? But it's the sector drama, and I'm here for entertainment. Absolutely, I agree with that. I don't know. I really don't know. You know, maybe it could have. I don't know. That's for them to answer that. But to what has transpired, absolutely not. Not you bleaching. Exactly, beautiful. Well, at least you have Pickney. You know, some people are swallowing Pickney, okay? There's a difference. Yeah? But in all of this, where is the threat? T Pre did this whole live going through these 4-page letter text messages you put out there. Even in the chat, people saying, I ain't reading through all of that. You got to be mad. You're going to get a voice note. For real, because that's how I would do. I ain't reading. I'm like, skim through it and like, nah, I'm going to give you a voice note. I'm not typing. I got things to do. You're not the priority right now. I said what I said on the phone, and that was not good enough for you. So you gave me these messages. I gave you a voice note, but you dismissed it. You didn't even want to hear it, and you can continue typing. You gave her not 1, not 2, but 3 voice notes, and she dismissed all of them. But wanted to, you know, you're such a blessing to her. You're the saver hole and all of this stuff. But you brought it to the fucking sector under some mysterious guise that you're under some threat. And all now, no threat has happened. So at this point where we stand with this shit, who was being manipulative? Bearing in mind the lives that happened, that transpired, which are gone. You know, which been taken down. You know, come out here looking like Fraggle Rock. You got all this money to throw around. You taking out dirty hair and you put the dirty hair back in your head. You don't even wash the little braids that you had, like little pick-me braids that you had. You didn't wash them. You didn't want to redo that. Refresh the thing. You just come up so thinking you're doing something. All this money that you're flinging left, right, and center. But you have the audacity to put out hair, take out the hair, not even refresh the partings or anything, and put back in the hair, making it look like, why'd you even do it in the first place? Because it looked like the same state as you took it out in. That don't make no sense to me. But you have money. Did you even wash that braided hair that you took out? Did you treat it, clean it, apple cider vinegar, wash the hair? Throw a little baking soda on it, you know. Make sure it's clean before you put that thing back in your head. But you think it's a flex and you're doing something. Interesting. Absolutely. All of this. You have 8,000 to give away, but you don't take that money to take care of your hair properly. That's the real issue right there. But we're not here for that bullshit. You understand? We're not here for the mudslinging. We're here to what transpired and how we got to this mudslinging. And you want to do I don't even want to go there with DNA test on other people's picnic. How fucking dare you? You're rude. But you're a blessing. You're positive. You're a saver hoe. I'm a beacon of light. I try to, breathe life into her. You lie, you a tell. Lie. So after T-Pre had done this live, showed us the text messages, gave us the voice notes, a lot of people came to the conclusion that, no, there ain't no threat. She didn't threaten you. She just asked to be left out of this bullshit that you want to have going on. So I put a poll in the chat. I think it's still going. Who's being manipulative in this situation as it stands in this very moment of time? Because this is beyond me. People are acting delusional out here and feeding it. But it's all for twisted entertainment purposes. And I'm going to keep repeating it like a fucking parrot. Because that's what it is. It's entertainment. It's twisted entertainment that we all click into. So we're going to move on from here. And we're going to go back to my live. Because, a lot of shit transpired after this live here. You went live again, talking mad crazy shit, started talking under her clothes and calling her drunk and all of these things. But this is your so-called friend. And you think I will talk to you after all of that? You must be mad to podcast. So let's roll over here. So I did a nice random live. You know how I do. It was Sunday chilling. We was talking about this same bullshit and other things as well. And T-Pre happened to hit the panel again. And it was me, Raw, and YouTube Unfolded. Yeah, I'm going to put that disclaimer out there. So here we are. Listen good again. This one is nice and clear. Like I said, my apologies for the last live. It was really choppy, and that's why it's not up to play, because it's not worth it. But here we go.
Hey, y'all. Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Welcome
hear
back,
you.
boo. Welcome
Okay,
back.
my bad. Ciao. Warned y'all last night, right? I told y'all this was gonna happen. Okay, it was gonna be a crash out. It was gonna be a whole bunch of shit. But I refused to argue with her. That's the reason. She wants me. She wants to bait me.
Did you hear that? T-Pre called it. Well, most of us called it anyways. Did you hear that? She called it. She said it was going to be a crash out. And she's going to try and bait her and stuff, which is exactly what is going on right now. That's what happened after that live. But let's continue.
Into this fight with her. I don't give a fuck what she talks about. I don't. As long as she don't like make up no stupid crazy shit. I mean, she can make up some shit, but I'm talking about, like, if she actually talks about what she said to me that Monday prior to that conversation, I'll elaborate on it. I will definitely elaborate on that, because it'll explain to the sector. It'll, not that y'all don't already know, but there's some parts of this puzzle that y'all don't know. You know?
And there you go. T-Pre wasn't saying nothing, but you heard it right there. If she talks about some shit that happened the night before, that conversation that they had, then she will roll on it. But up until then, T-Pre ain't said jack shit. Didn't utter nothing. Like I said, we still got a lot of lives to get through. But let's continue.
You know, and it would definitely explain this manic behavior. It would. You know, it really would. It's fucking wild. It really is. It's wild. It's just wild to watch.
Very much so.
Well, we thank you for your charity because you get some attention and this, you know, every now and
Right.
then everybody has to do their part, do their little charity work.
Yeah, of course. You know, I mean, I wasn't gonna say shit, but she the one that brought it to the sector. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't gonna say anything when I blocked her that last time after that voice message. And mind you, the reason I blocked her is because she was still texting. You know how you could see the little bubble
A
coming up
bubble.
on your phone? Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, girl, let me just block her. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't want to go back and forth with her. That's just it. So I blocked her. And then I went to my email and made sure I blocked her on both of those because that's the only way she can reach me. So, girl, I don't got time for that. But I was fully
Following
expecting
now.
her to do this shit because that's what she do. When she don't have access to you, she'll do that type of shit. You know?
Not
We've
somebody
seen
in
it.
her chat said you said the quiet part out loud because you were struggling with this pressure for a while. Child,
So
listen.
what? What
they
they
said
say?
they said you were struggling with this pressure for a while. You said the quiet part out loud. Sounded like she
Girl.
eventually found the conversations over tedious. Have you ever just been over a topic and wanted to move on, child?
Child, that's what I'm saying. Like I mean, like I said, I was able to tolerate certain things, but that last shit that she did that Monday, it was so diabolical, y'all. Like if y'all just know, the people that know, there's a handful of people that know about it. And it was so fucking diabolical. And the only reason they know about it is because I had to vent. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. It was fucked up. Yeah.
Right. So, as you heard, nothing was brought up about no meds, no family, none of that shit was brought up. Did you guys hear a threat still? Any threat? T-Free saying the same thing. Leave me alone. I don't want to deal with you. I blocked you. That's it. Now, within that live, Triggs does come up on the panel and they start speculating on what happened on that Monday or what it is or what it could be. So, you know, they're talking about that bullshit there. But also on that live, Steffi, who's catching strays, aka Stephanie Collins, our beautiful lesbian lawyer, our sister from another mother, is catching strays, and she came out on my live. And she wasn't trying to take sides. She just said, this is where I stand on this particular issue. And there was nothing wrong with that. But you're such a great friend. And you pour all this love and blessings and power into people that you just dismiss somebody's opinion and viewpoint. Because you can't take criticism. You can't take accountability. So you just throw them to the side if they don't bend to your way of thinking. And that's what you've done with Stephanie. Because she was outspoken. Because she couldn't ride with you on this particular issue. Or what's going on. You just dashed her to the side. But you're such a great friend. You want to hear what Stephanie said? Because you claim you never heard it. Let me play it for you. Do, 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 do. Right. Are you
I
right?
might have
Over
to
here,
go out.
Stephanie?
Saying old man to somebody, you better cut it out. Trish.
That's kind of why I'm here, actually. Because I hope it is safe. And that's kind of why I'm here, because I think there may be a very the silence is deafening. If I don't say anything, I don't know. I care about her a lot. I care about her a lot, and if she will let me, I will continue to support her generally. But I cannot support her in what she's done to T-Free, and I just want to make that very clear.
Oh shit!
I didn't think that was going to be said.
That's my baby. I fuck with
Wow, I was not expecting that.
And that's why I'm here, because I think I didn't want to leave, the comment in the air, basically, like, and the reason I haven't said anything yet is because I didn't want to feed the beast over there who is trying to make content out of, somebody in the sector not having no friends, not being able to have friends, yada, 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 yada. I didn't want to feed that beast. And so that's why I would say with, like, full trans.
And that's what's also crazy about this. You fed the person that is always on your neck, video after video after video, who's now hitting panels and doing all this crazy talking. You fed them more ammo. Ain't that wild? Just to prove that your pussy's clean. You're so smart, but damn, at the same time, how are you providing your medical records? Because this ain't the first go around, but you provided your medical information for these people to go at you even more. Why? Make that make sense. Why would you do such a thing? Not everything is for the fucking internet, but really, you can't comprehend that. You share too much. Because you believe it's painting you in a better light. Now, I'm not saying you can't talk about the issues that you have going on. Absolutely, you can. Feel free. But to the lengths you're going to prove some shit, that is beyond me. You're there putting out your STD, pregnancy test, and all of these things for what? And you want to give out 8,000 for someone else to prove these things as well. For what? Really, ask yourselves the question, what for what? There ain't no love on the internet. You're a big grown woman. Have you not realized that yet? There's no love on this thing. I don't care what social platform you go to or how you conduct yourself on here. There's no love out here on this internet. It's a fucking risk. People are going to chat shit regardless. No matter what you show them. They're going to have opinions of you regardless. But if you're secure with yourself, you wouldn't need to do all of that. But you need to prove something to everybody. Because, oh yeah, you're the saver hole of the sector. I tried to better this space. I told the men off for, having these, in your words, non-blacks on their panels saying all this crazy shit. We should just leave. But yet you're still here engaging. And then you're apologizing because you know what? You're going to alienate yourself from these very same spaces that you don't want to be in. The same panels that you don't want to visit no more and engage with the same people that you don't care about. Boy, but you don't make no fucking sense. Like we've been saying, touch fucking grass. Log off. It's not that deep. Certain shit that happens on here, yeah, it's way out of order. And it doesn't need to be that way. But really and truly, you need to take a break from this thing. A real big break. Not go on a cruise and then tapping on the live and then fall asleep. You spent all that money to go on a cruise, but yet you tapped it on YouTube. There wasn't nothing exciting aboard the ship that you went on. Nothing, no entertainment caught your attention on that ship. You had to be on live. Boy, your priorities is somewhere else, but you like to throw your money anywhere and anything, like you're flexing and doing something. And I'm not saying you can't. That's you. That's how you get by. Like, log off. Miss Celibate. Doing all these tests, but you're celibate. Who you trying to have? Casper's baby. About you want to talk about people's picnic and you're testing for one to make sure you're not. But you ain't fucking, are ya? Unless them toys that you're using are laying around covered in dog hair and you forget to wash them off and clean them when you're finished doing with them. Let me not talk. Let me not. Let me continue with Steffi's speech, y'all.
Transparency. If she will let me to continue to support her, now that I've said that, I will be in her chats. I will mod for her. I will back her up. Just not on this.
Right.
What's the reasons why you won't back her on this, Stephanie?
Because I mean, I don't think like there's any question that there's not a secret cabal in this sector. I don't think that there's any question that Triggs isn't strong arming people into not talking.
Listen, free the puppy, y'all. The puppy are cry out for help. Free the baby. Free Bugsy, y'all. free him. Poor thing's traumatized. But but I'm gonna leave him alone about Bugsy disrespect. No, Bugsy needs freedom. But let's continue.
About him. Like, I don't think there's any question that he got on his way to, Delaware to make sure that Pre tells to talk about him and to make Carrie to tell Carrie that not to talk about him either. Like, I don't think that kind of like secret maneuvering is possible in the sector. I mean, anything that's really done behind the scenes in the sector comes to light any fucking way, right? And so, if there was like a Boule or an Illuminati in this sector, we would already know about it. And so, like, I don't think that, like, when I started hearing her say, like, oh, I'm not going to say who it is, I'm like, oh my God, and it was just like the whole theory of it doesn't sound like, okay, Dr. Phil, I don't care for him, but he does say a few like pithy things that are that are very good, right? Very good rules of life. If it don't make sense, you can't make sense out of nonsense, right? You cannot make sense out of nonsense. Her story on this just isn't clear. It doesn't jive with how reasonable people operate in the world. Even like not very reasonable people. Like, we're not running around here telling us to, like threatening people not to talk about Triggs. That's not how human beings act. It doesn't have a ring of like truth to it, right? And so, like, Bree's story is obviously the far more rational, like, normal, something that would go on in the normal course of life, right?
Right.
And so, it's much more likely that you would tell your friend, hey, we're friends, we're cool, don't talk about me in this. Okay, friend, I'm not going to, as opposed to, hey, if you don't stop talking about Triggs, we're on the next plane down there or some shit. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's not what people do, unless you're in the fucking mafia, right? Or you're in the Illuminati, none of which we are, right? It's not that serious in the sector. It does not go that deep, and so and of course, I don't know what's going to happen now. I just want the whole sector and her to know that I still fuck with her. I just can't fuck with her on this.
Right.
And there's been several things I have not been able to fuck with her on, but like I've kind of kept that between her and I because it wasn't as close to home.
Exactly.
Is there anything wrong with what Stephanie said? Yeah, there's nothing wrong. That's how a friend acts. If this was in, reality, as we say, true life, that's how a friend would be. But you dismissed her. You just dashed her to the side. And Lorna, I was just running joke. I understand that you're not supposed to get pregnant on them type of meds, whatever meds she's on. So yeah, but thank you for putting that out there. And also your follow-up is also on those types of meds. One of the side effects is irregular periods. But yeah, I was just running joke. But yeah, like there was nothing wrong with what Stephanie said. But as you know, more lies, another lie transpired after that. And, you know, we started to getting really, you know, out of pocket and stuff, started to drag and shit, which you're allowed to do, you know, so be it. So then we shout out to the king of the sector that runs this shit, let people tell it. Trixie had a live. And T-Pre did hit the link because she said she wasn't going to roll on anything until you put it out here, which you did within your live. And I'm going to show it too. Yeah. Welcome, Mikey. Nice to see you. Hey, Too Big. And hey, Stephanie. Nice to see you, darling. So let me take this down. Let go.
I'm good. Can you play that one more time? Because I want to make sure that I heard her very clearly.
Absolutely. Gotcha.
And I have to tell you, like, the thing with me being manic, I had ran out of one of my medications.
This shit ain't even clear, but look pon it. Look pon it. You know, this is the hairstyle you wanted to show off everybody. Miss $8,000. You took out hair, didn't even refresh these, and have the nerve to put back in that piece of hair that you put back in. And when you finished it as well, yeah, because I did peek. When you finished it, I said, you wasted your time. What was the point in taking it out if it was going to look the same way? That don't make sense, but you know, that's how you want to present yourself to the world. Go ahead. But let's continue.
I had ran out of one of my medications and I hadn't taken my medication. And I'm just going to tell you this because she's trying to weaponize like this thing about my mania against me. And again, like I find it very suspicious that Trix kept using this exact same word. That I told her in confidence. Why couldn't you just say, I don't want to be involved? Where's the manic part? The thing with me being manic.
Sorry, I was muted. I was doing something. What I said is that she's weaponizing her meds against us because she told us that she don't take her meds. This ain't the first time. This is not the first time. She said it many lives ago before she took down her channel the first time. She said it on a few lives back then. I'm sure there's clips on Sector Wars, so this ain't the first time we've heard this. Some of you lot are playing naive and dumb to it. Oh no, she's weaponizing her meds and stuff. No, she said all of this, that she don't take them or she hasn't taken them. She said it. It's convenient how people are just forgetting that. Right. But let's play it. Let's go.
Because again, it was a few days prior or a week or so prior where I had ran out of some of my meds. And I was feeling manic. And I did call her and tell about it. What I mean is my head was hurting. My heart was racing. And I didn't know if I should go to the emergency room.
Bruh. She is a fucking liar. Carrie, honey baby girl, you are such a diabolical fucking liar. And you know what? Shout out to the people.
And this is when T-Pre decided to roll on the shit. On this live here.
That I called that day, right? Y'all know what day it was. I think it was on a Sunday. Because we ended up having
you talking about the show.
We had the conversation about you and me, like her not bringing me up on a Monday evening. On Tuesday night, like on Tuesday morning is when she was texting me like 1 o'clock in the morning, right? So the original conversation that we had that she's talking about right now was on a Sunday. Carrie called me out of the blue, y'all. And she said to me, I hadn't talked to her in a few days, and she said, or a couple of days or whatever. Because like I said, I don't really talk to her as much as I used to, right? After that colorist shit, I really wasn't talking to her like that. She called me out of the blue and said to me, T-Pre, I have a confession to make. This was her exact words. And those who know, y'all fucking know. She said, I have a confession to make. And I was like, what? Right? At first, I didn't know what she would want to confess to me. It just sounded weird, right? And then she was like, I haven't been taking my medication. I was like, okay. And she said, the reason I haven't been taking my medication is because of she told me this before, how it makes her feel, right? I'm not going to tell y'all what med it is. Y'all been talking about it all through the session because y'all done figured out what the fuck it is, okay? But she told me that she hadn't been taking her medication. And she asked me if I would be like her support buddy and call her and make sure that she takes her meds every day. And I was like, what? I said, I would never, ever do some shit. Now, Carrie, you can lie all you motherfucking want, but you know motherfucking well that's what you said to me. You wanted me to call you and make sure that you're taking your fucking medication every day. And I let you know that is not my responsibility. And you're never going to get that out of me. I would never, ever do anything like that for anybody. My own son takes medication. I wouldn't do that for him. He's a grown-ass fucking man. You understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you're responsible for your own mental health. I could sit here, I can help you, I can guide you if you're my family member or if you're somebody that I'm close to like that. I don't know Carrie Ann. Then she continued on and said, and y'all ready? Sit down, because that wasn't it, y'all. Okay? That wasn't even the diabolical part. Okay? Then she sat and said to me, well, I understand, and I'm sorry. You're right. I shouldn't have told you that. She said, but I'm going to just tell you what I'm going through. She said, because I need to tell somebody. I said, what? She said, I feel like I'm going through withdrawal right now. I said, well, you need to call your doctor. I said, why are you calling me? I said, I live over 1,000 miles from you. I don't know anything about your medical history. I don't know anything going on in your situation. Why would you call me with this? You need to be calling your doctor. She said.
Now, is there anything wrong in what T-Pre is saying? Please let me know. Is there anything wrong here? Is there any threat in what she's saying? Because I still ain't heard a threat. Out of all the videos I've played, yeah, I ain't heard no threat. What threat was made during this, through all of it? What threat? She told you she don't want to fuck with you. She don't want to talk to you. You rolled on your shit about your condition and what you got going on. So she decided to speak about what was going on. She ain't said nothing bad yet. She just told you to call your fucking your doctor and sort it out there. Why are you calling me? Is that so bad? That I'm telling you, no, I don't want to have that responsibility over my head. I'm not your family member. We hardly know each other. This is too much for me. Sorry. Speak to your doctor. Speak to your family. I don't want to be involved like that. Is there anything wrong in that? There's nothing wrong in that. But you come out here with this mysterious shit. Oh, my life was threatened. They told me that if I speak on Trick, something's going to happen to me. I'm going to be exposed and stuff. No, you fucking exposed your fucking self because you wanted to make this shit content. And you wanted to, you know, draw T-Pre out because she wouldn't talk to you anymore and because she cut you off. That's how we got here. She doesn't want to engage in your bullshit. She don't want to listen to you anymore. Because I'm sure in those conversations, many conversations that you had on the phone, you was disrespectful. But in your mind, you thought you was being save-a-hole. Sorry. You was pouring life, being positive. Your color is because you married a light-skinned man to get away from your blackness. Excuse you? You don't even know her like that. And who would say such a thing to their friend? But you're such a good friend, aren't you? Let's continue.
Well, I don't want to call my doctor. So this whole story she's telling y'all about she didn't know whether she should go to the emergency room, she was refusing to go and call her fucking doctor until I made her get off the phone with me. And I told her I was not going to be the one that she gets advice from. She kept trying to stop and trying to make me talk to her. And I kept telling her, no, I cannot give you medical advice on this shit. You're tripping. Like, you need to call your doctor. What if something happens? I don't know what, state of mind you're in. I don't know what's exactly going on, but you're telling me you're having symptoms of withdrawal. That is a medical emergency. If somebody is on psychiatric medication and they're not taking their psychiatric medication and they feel withdrawal symptoms, that is a medical emergency. I am not a fucking doctor. I'm not a fucking nurse. And I'm not her fucking family member. You see what I'm saying? Why the fuck? Yeah. I'm not her caretaker.
Yeah.
Why would she call me with that bullshit, right? So this is why I know Carrie is all the way out of her fucking mind, okay? Because she's purposely not taking her meds. She doesn't want to take her meds. And then she didn't even want to call her doctor. Now, don't make me show the fucking call log, because when I told her to get off the phone with me and call your doctor, you can call me back after you speak to your doctor, right? But I don't want to talk to you right now. When she called me back, guess what time she called me back? It took her less than 15 fucking minutes from the time that she hung up with me to call me back. I know goddamn well she hadn't spoke to her doctor in that time frame. And she told me not only did she call her doctor, but she called her best friend that lives down there. And, they all talked, and all this happened within 15 minutes. There's no way. There's no way. Wow. But I just let her talk. And then it was like she was still trying to get me to give her advice on what to do. And I was just quiet. I wouldn't give her no advice because, like I said, I refuse to do something like that. What if something happened to her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that would be on my hands if I'm giving medical advice to somebody over psychiatric medications. And I know how that shit works. You can't just stop and go with that shit. You can't just take it whenever you feel like it and stop it and go and stop and go, because the result is what the fuck y'all seeing online. You understand what I'm saying? That's exactly the result. Is a manic depressive person who is constantly going back and forth. They're all over the place. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know what's going on. And I promise y'all, I would have never said any of this shit to anybody. But this manic depressive woman is why she's acting like this, because she refuses to take the proper medication, which I get it, right? I'm not saying it's easy to have a mental health condition and to take the type of medications that she has to take. It's not easy at all, but it's necessary. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like any other condition. It's like if you have high blood pressure, you have to take your medication. If you have a heart condition, you have to take your medication. If you're diabetic, you have to take your medication. It just is what it is, right? Right. No matter how hard it is, no matter how easy it is. I could support somebody who's willing to help themselves. But if you're not willing to help yourself, what the fuck you look like trying to put that shit on me? Because that's what the fuck happened, Carrie. And that's why I was so diabolically pissed off with you over even asking me that. And then the next day you want to call acting like you crying. I'm so sorry. I should not have burdened you like that. Just with all this manipulation. And I knew that you didn't I knew you didn't mean that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I knew I did want to talk to you. The only reason I answered the phone is because I did want to talk to Carrie, because I wanted to distance myself from her. Not only from that bullshit that she had said the day before, but I also wanted to let her know about this Trig shit. Like, don't be fucking, putting me in your beef with Triggs, because you're doing this out of being a maniac. You're doing this because you're crazy. You're doing this because you're not on your meds. Period.
Well,
and you know you're not on your meds, and you're choosing not to be on your meds. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I'm a liar. I'm a drunk. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. At the end of the fucking day, you know that's what the fuck you asked me to do.
Well, we got.
Through all of that, what was bad? What was as bad? Hey, Queen Sunny, nice to see you, darling. For all of that, you rode on it, so she rode on it, and she just expanded. She still didn't say what meds you was on or anything like that. She didn't talk about your family that you're claiming. She didn't do none of that. She talked about you and the issue she's having with you right now. And all she asked was for you to respect her boundary. Don't bring me up in an argument, but you couldn't do that. No. You wanted to fight her tooth and nail. You're trying to force her to speak to you. You're saying she's hopping from panel to panel to panel. No. No, she's not. She said the same thing over and over again. Leave me out of it. I don't want to be involved in what you've got going on. But as her friend that's been pouring so much into her and breathing life, the positive beacon, you asked her to do something like that. To be responsible for you in your most, vulnerable state. This is what you do. You don't go to your family first. You don't seek help from your doctor or the channels that you're supposed to reach out to. You're asking someone that you hardly know, where you're supposedly building a friendship, got a little bit of mutual respect for each other, to do something like that, have that responsibility over their head. That is wild to me. But yeah, and in that exchange still, you went live and stuff, and you still doubling down on you being threatened and your speech is being withheld, and all of this started is because you spoke out on Triggs. No one has told you can't speak out on him. You're lying. You're telling a bold-faced lie to the sector. No one has ever stopped you from saying the fuck you want to say. Nobody. But all of a sudden that's changed. Why? Because your friend cut you off. Now it's threats and you're in danger. But you ain't taking the right precautions since you're in danger. You're here doing live after live, trying to prove to us, you're trying to prove, that your pussy clean and all these things. That's what you did. This is what you're doing. When your life was really in trouble, when them motherfuckers was coming after your job, that's when your life was really in a problem. And they had no right to do that to you. Or some fucking internet bullshit. Because you are outspoken. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's when your life was really in a problems. But because someone cut you off, you're going to these extremes. You're disgusting. And I hope people take heed. Listen, that is not a good person over there. She's trying to tell you that she's a good person, but she's not. She only cares about one thing, and that is herself. She don't have empathy for people out here. As T Pre said, you like to argue. That is your love language. Who wants to argue all the time? Who wants to debate all the time? Yeah, we chat shit. We get low down and really, derogative, dirty with it. Cool. Does it have to be made into content? Because, we're YouTube, we're CCs? No. Not everything is on the internet, You can just chat shit and move on. But you can't do that. You have to make it all about you. You're attention seeking. Well, you're seeking attention in the wrong places, my dear. Let's continue. I think I've got a bit more of this to play because I've been out here live for nearly coming up for 2 hours, almost coming up to 2 hours. And I've got, let me see, 1, 2, 3 more things to go through. And then I will drop the link if anyone wants to come through. If not, I'm going to get out here and go to my fucking bed because I do have things to do. Let it be known. I live life. I switched this shit off. I was outside on Monday. John All-Star, I was outside and we had a good fucking time.
Never do that for you or any motherfucking body.
Well, we got 2 other heavily medicated folks on the panel right now. Let's get their opinion. P, how you doing, sir? I'm sorry, man. You sound good.
Hey, T Pre, I'm not sure who else that is on the panel. Who else?
Oh, that's Mikey. Don't pay him no attention. Go ahead, P.
Hold on, Mike. Hold on 1 second.
My bad, Tricks. I'm just saying that made me so mad. And just to hear her try to lie like that, like I said, y'all, she did not have to tell y'all this story. She's telling y'all this story.
Right.
And then she lied on me. Like, for what? Listen, she's mad because I literally won't argue with her because I have fucking blocked her. She has no access to me. And that's why it took her like a week or 2 later to start lying on me to the fucking sector. Okay. Because I will not respond to her.
And there you have it. That's why we got X amount of lives. That's why T-Pree's getting dragged out of her name, in the realms of friendship. Because you know why? She won't argue with her. This is some wild shit, but you're a good friend. So as you know, more lives have transpired since then, and now challenges have been put out here, medical records and all of this shit. And Raw did a live, which made so much fucking sense. And the funny thing is, you lot might be biased against Raw because you know how her and Kerry get down, but she made some good points in that live. She really did. She just broke it all the way down and made it clear. And the funny thing is, someone else within Raw's life, she played a video from a doctor. And the doctor's name was Dr. Tracy Marks. And the video was called Bipolar Disorder Explained from a Diagnosis to Management. And it was a whole breakdown to what we're seeing displayed. It weren't a diss. It's just, you put all this shit out here. People are going to talk about it. People are going to analyze it. And it was really, really good. Really good. But then, you went on. Yes, it was very informative. It absolutely was. So for those, please, again, my lovely peeps, I'm not trying to put you guys to work like that. I just gave you lot sticks because I like you. Can you drop that live for me, please? But it was really good. It just broke it all the way down on how you're trying to really manipulative this situation, control it, and play victim. And you're not a victim in this. And we're going by what was put out on YouTube, not all this extra shit. What you put out on YouTube right from the beginning, how you came out here and told us that your life is in danger and you feel threatened if you speak on somebody, which is a bold-faced lie. And then you was pushed to put an addy on it and you wouldn't do it. And, until I went live and said some shit and stuff. And then, T-Pre came out here and spoke about, caught the tail ends of it. said what she had to say. So then we found out, oh, you talking about T-Pri. But T-Pri has showed that what part did she threaten you? She didn't threaten you. She just cut you off and told you to respect her boundaries. But you keep doubling down and talking about, oh, she ain't a nothing good bitch. That's why her kids hate her. Her kids even know that. Do their kids know who their father is? And now you want to give the DNA test. If you don't go somewhere, because you know what? For me, if you was in London, let's say you're in North London, my girl, I'll be up on that train banging on your door and say, come outside, DNA test who? We are scrapping at that point. Yeah, I'm saying it straight. You would get mashed, dragged. I'm fucking you up. How dare you? Over what? Some bullshit. That's how I get down. I would have turned out them dirty piece of hair, them plaits that you put back in your head, your braids, ball patch, alopecia, yeah. But DNA test who? The audacity of you to even think that. But you're such a good friend, huh? You're such a good friend. You're a nasty piece of work. You're nasty, and I don't care how you drag me across these YouTube streets. You're nasty. You're despicable. And like I said, people take heed on dealing with somebody like that. Because she's done it to all these people that she's spoken to behind the scenes. You know, someone that claims that, I don't know what's going on. But you're right there. You're rude. You're out of order. And at your big age as well, turning 50. You got a lot of growing up to do, really. And it's a shame. It's a real damn shame. And no, let me tell you something. I was speaking to, you know, my actual friends and stuff. They said, how long she been this way? I said, I don't even know. I don't know. She came out here loud spoken, loud and whatnot. Cool, innit? It's the internet. You don't know what you're going to get on YouTube. You get whatever. But we're not really deep it, yeah. COVID did a fucking number on your blood clot. Because a lot of things have been heightened since COVID. When they told you that you can't go nowhere, you got to stay in your yard, it really did something to you. It took you over the edge. You don't have friends already because I don't know who would be friends with you. But it did something to you. And you might want to seek therapy for that. It really did something to you. Because this is wild to me. I don't understand this. You come out here, you didn't need to tell us anything. You could have had your disagreement with your YouTube friend and left it as that. I sorted it out. But no, you went above and beyond to make it into all of this. Galvanize people that don't, you know, already go in for T-Pri to go in more. You galvanize yourself, putting out your medical shit for them to go in on you more. But you're such a good friend. Absolutely been letting Charles talk into her. Because all now you ain't spoken you didn't speak on no family or anything like that, but let her tell it. That's what you've been doing out here. But anyways, Raw did a live, and I'm going to play this live. It's a 17-minute live, so buckle up, Raw. Thank you for allowing me to play this live. And Raw just laid it out, plain and simple. Plain and simple. So I'm going to let this run. Let me go about here and let it run. My apologies, guys. Let me just get this ready. Sorry.
In my travels, honey, in my travels. And it really speaks to master manipulator victim mentality. So I want to talk about it because, you know, people do a lot. They be reaching. They be overplaying the underplay. They be losing when they should be winning. And then they be mad because they put themselves in situations and predicaments that get them talked about. I mean, my God, today, what's that song was? Who you beeping at me? Oh, that's not beeping at me. Let's give them something to talk about. Let's give them something to figure out. I'm going to give you something to talk about if you really want to talk. Like, oh, okay, good. He's turning. So, anyway, somebody came out here on social media. And they, oh, that's because I was supposed to go straight. I was not supposed to turn there. Damn it to hell. All right, we'll make it enough this way. Anyway, they went live on social media trying to get attention. For those of y'all that saw my video, Many of the Devil Within, then you know the gist, right? So let's get into the origin story of that Mania video. Now, that video was done very politely, very civilly. Really, it was. Because that could have been a whole drag session, right? Especially because the Dirty Feet heifer that came live sharing her medical information was sharing medical information while demanding and requesting that other people share theirs, which is weird. It's weird. It's out of pocket. It's insanity. It's childish. Let's just keep it a stack. It's childish. So that same woman, again, was telling people how she was so fresh and so clean. Don't be embarrassed and have buyer's remorse because you told everybody that you took a test for an STI. Because you take several tests for STI. And it's good. I believe that everybody should be tested for sexually transmitted infections. However, the test for trichomonas vaginalis, no matter how anybody wants to talk about anything else, is not a routine test. It is only a test performed when you have a very odoriferous situation going on. When you got the itchies and the scratchies. When you got the leakies and the drippies. These are facts. You wanted the world to know that you was out here leaking. What does that have to do with anybody else? That was your decision. But the problem is, a lot of people actually have an issue with taking accountability for their decisions. Now, the person that we are talking about today also is like, well, her child has autism and people get upset when they talk about autism and that's not a choice. Like, my mental health is not a choice. Yes, having mental health issues is not a choice. How you handle your mental health crises, however, is. Now, there are several hundreds of thousands of people in America that have bipolar disorder, bipolar 1 and bipolar 2. They walk among you every day. They're not crashing out every day, though, because they're managing their symptoms. They're taking medications like lithium, risperidol, Depakote. They're taking them with regularity as they are prescribed. When you make the decision to not take your medication, you're making a choice to go into a crisis. These are the facts. You're choosing to go into a crisis. Now, all of my veterans on my channel, all the veterans that watch and that will watch, when you go to the VA, you don't have to go get your medications in other places. The VA is a unit that functions independently from any other entity. How do I know? Because my whole family is in service to the United States Armed Forces. If a doctor at the VA writes you a prescription, you go to wherever the pharmacy is in the VA and you pick up your prescription, unless you have your prescriptions set that they are mailed to you. These are also facts. So when you see someone playing games and playing in your face, they asking for free medications. If you're a veteran, your medication is free. Again, people like to play in other people's faces. It's the delusions for me. It's the manipulation for me. And it is the blatant attacks for me. Now, said individual was like, oh, well, she just wants to defend Triggs. If I do want to defend Triggs, what is it to you? The problem is you want everybody to defend you. You want to throw everybody in the mix of all of your nonsense and chicanery because you want people to be on your side. You want people to see it for you. And the reality is sometimes people don't see it for you.
Hello? Did you guys hear that? Let me take it back a little bit. Plain, laid out, nice and simple. Forget all that extra rah-rah. Yeah, I don't care who the messenger is. Listen good.
Is sometimes people don't see it for you. And that is okay. Running around trying to start a campaign to make other people not see it for someone is absolutely insanity. Now, also, this individual attacked a woman online. She went around priming the pump for about a good 2 weeks, dropping breadcrumbs, alluding. On a gentleman named P, the Panel Killer show, she then did an all-out attack on said individual. And she told a story that the individual did not agree. Their perspectives were not in alignment. Now, the individual that she attacked went to her platform and was like, listen, this is what was said, step by step, word by word, verbatim. These were my responses, played voice notes and everything, and asked the audience if maybe she was tripping and if the audience saw it the way that the perpetual victim saw it. Now,
You hear that? Went to her own platform, dropped the text messages, played voice notes to see if there's something wrong in what she did. But the evidence says, no, you didn't do anything wrong. Nothing at all. But you know, we're in the realms of YouTube. So it will always be nasty, twisted entertainment. Let's continue.
none of us did. Because the black and white truth cannot be denied. You're sitting there sending people 4-page letters of text messages and notes, trying to convince them that what you want is more important and supersedes their desires. Well, I want to do this and you can't control me. Newsflash. The gag is nobody can control you and you can't control anybody else either. So if
Hello, did you hear that? Nobody can control you and you can't control them. But that's what you tried to do, though. You tried to draw her out, force her to talk to you. Please talk to me. I'm gonna come out here and tell everybody that my life's in danger and a threat because you won't talk to me. Talk to me. You wanted her to have responsibility over your life when you're in a vulnerable state. And if she did do it, You would have weaponized it and brought it to YouTube. Yeah, you would. That's the sort of person you are. But let's continue. We're nearly done.
You're friends with someone, and the friend says, hey, friend, I don't want you to say my name when you're doing a thing. It doesn't matter what you feel about them not wanting you to say your name. The fact that you are trying to justify why you don't have to honor and respect their wishes, and then telling them that they are now being paid off by the person they don't want in their name when you're talking about is weak. It's weak because you need their name. You need every name of every person that you mention to shore up your perspective so you can feel justified in your perpetual never-ending
Absolutely
hate of
wrong.
a man that simply doesn't want to deal with you. People do not have to deal with you if they don't want to. These are also facts that a lot of adults that claim to be critical thinkers that also lie and say they have master's degrees when they barely passed their bachelor's cannot get their mind around.
Hello. I'm telling you, I don't care how you feel about the messenger. Listen, broke it down, plain and simple. Let's continue.
Even if you was cool with somebody, if they wake up one morning like, I'm not cool with you no more and I don't want to talk to you, then it is what it is. Suck it up, grow up, and move on. Because all of the horrible things that this person claims that Triggs does or Triggs did, Triggs did all of those things before this person was working with Triggs. Triggs did all of those things before this person was on the phone with Triggs, in the behind the scenes with Triggs, trying to do shows with Triggs and everything else.
Clock it.
So logic with predicate, it don't got nothing to do with Triggs and how horrible he is. It has everything to do with Triggs won't work with you.
Oh, talk about it. Going on like here, you weren't invested, weren't talking to him and stuff, Because this weren't the first crash out you've had on him. You've spoken on him plenty of times. Plenty of times. But what makes this time different, huh? Answer that question. What's different? That your life was in danger if you speak on him all of a sudden. What makes this time different? Like I said, forget all the extra rah-rah and bullshit. Take heed and listen to Wagwan. Because none of it makes sense. The fact of the matter is you got cut off and you don't like it. Simple. So you're doing all this extra shit. Throwing everybody else into it. Oh, why won't you speak on the dick pics in your phone? Oh, why won't you respond to Speak Crazy and Pray? Nah, it's got nothing to do with none of them. That's their own shit over there. You want to insert yourself in that shit. It don't have nothing to do with you. But because you're the best roaster in the sector, you think that we need to hear from you. No, we don't. But you know what? You're free to have your, you're free to talk and have your opinions and viewpoints. But anyways, let's continue.
We get it. You're hurt. We understand. But it's also a low, cavernous, dumpster juice box trick that starts attacking people's kids. Now, what this individual said was show the text message. She didn't go any deeper. None of that. Well, she said I was a colorist. Stop trying to make conversations about everything else other than what the conversation is about. Y'all didn't agree. You tried to tell this woman that she was a colorist because her husband is light-skinned and she's black. Newsflash. You saying that she's a colorist because her black husband is light-skinned, in fact, makes you a colorist. You saying that, oh, she wet her hair and she thought that her natural curls were looking good, but she looked a mess. That's colorist. That's racist. Black people have curly hair too, even if it's tightly coiled. These are facts. So when we critically think and we analyze your conversation, who's really the self-hating colorist coon wrapped up in a hippo? It's you. And the gag is the delusional manipulator needs for people to see her as a victim because that's the only way she has any shine. That's the only way she gets any attention. That's the only way she's seen. That's the only way she's heard. That's the only way she feels like she matters. And therein lies the problem. And yes, she is an advocate, meaning me, she, her. I am an advocate for children with special needs. Adults are on their own. Because if you suffer from bipolar disorder, if you suffer from mania, not only do you have medication, therapeutic interventions, dialectical behavior therapy, cognitive behavior therapy models, and a whole host of other things in order to regulate yourself, you also have the propensity and the power to click off of social media. But no. These hoes that got to go and get tested for trichomonas, these hoes that lie and say they celibate when they sleeping all over the place, these hoes that have pregnancy tests back to back, because God said no to your womb, these hoes go on social media and they cry. Cry me a river, cry me. Girl, go have you a baby. Go have you a child by anybody. The world would be impressed. But first, you got to get that pH balance together. First, you got to get those organisms growing in your dumpster box together. Then potentially, you'll have a safe breeding ground for, your progeny at the end of the day. I want to see a person that likes to call other people hoes and want to throw money around. Go get in a car that's clean. Go sit on furniture that's clean. Go do anything at all besides crying on social media day and night. It's kind of sad, for real. And this is not even a drag, keeping it real light, because, people are having mental health crisis. Now, another thing too is there is a difference between making fun of and speaking truth to light. I can make fun of you. I can make fun of you. I can make fun of the fact that you can't go like this and we can't see your scalp. I can make fun of the fact that, you can't keep a friend. I can make fun of the fact that your whole life is a read. Like I could, but I'm not even going to go there. At the end of the day, though, just stop lying when other people have seen the obviousness of the truth. This person also got mad because I went to the individual that they are harassing to their threads and I said, but you did say it to her. She said what she said to you in them text messages. She said what she said to you in the voice note. That can't be denied. It's an immutable fact. The fact that you lack critical thinking to understand that, it speaks volumes about how delusionally stupid you are. But at the end of the day, I got things to do. I'll talk to y'all on a quick ride home, honey. And I'm about to go live my best life. Do me a favor, will ya? The next time you want to say something to or about or around or allude to or circle around me, impress me. Come on camera in good light. And also show me your feet. Because I heard the way your feet is set up. I got $8,000 if you show their feet. And they look like regular feet. I'll wait. Bye, y'all.
Hey. So I'm just getting my little bits together. look so big. Jesus Christ. Anyways, so there you have it. You might not like the messenger. I don't give a fuck. But she laid it out plain and simple exactly what this all is. And I didn't have to go into all the rah-rah and all the extra shit. I showed you exactly from the beginning where this shit started and how we got here. And to me, it's fucked up. Like I said, you're diabolical. You didn't breathe no pour, no lie or anything into T-Pre. Absolutely not. You went off the rails because she cut you off. But you're such a great friend, aren't you? You're such a great friend. Now she's got all these baby daddies and you want to DNA test their kids and stuff. Are you sick? Like we've been saying, get some help and get off the fucking internet because you're doing too much. In those clips or those videos I played, she never mentioned your family. She never mentioned what meds you was actually taking. She said, y'all been talking about it through the sector anyways. You've got your own conclusions. She never spoke on your mom or anything like that. She kept to what she's been saying. It's to leave her the fuck alone and respect her boundaries, but you couldn't do that. You're out of order. But anyways. and so you're out of order too. Hi. The link is dropped if anyone wants to come through. Bear in mind, it's nearly 4 o'clock in the morning over here. But I had to get this shit off my chest, man. And to be honest, Raw, it was your live that did it for me. Because I've been sitting here thinking, what the fuck are we doing? While we're going around all these circles and delusions and shit, we know exactly what we heard and how this shit started and how it popped off. Everything else is all extra shit. It's horse shit. All of this is because because of a YouTube friendship and because you was asked to respect someone's boundaries and you turned it into threats, in danger. And yet you're not in danger because you go live all the time. Spewing all this shit about your friend. Hold on, everyone. I'll have a guest. Hello, lovely.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm fine. You know, I tried to do some shit, but you know how it goes.
Nah, you did really good. This was a really good show, and this is going to keep it in perspective for people that are out here lying and tweaking. I saw what you saw earlier today too, and I was like,
Absolutely.
So now y'all letting this woman manipulate you into smearing T-Pre.
Yep.
Now y'all letting this woman to make y'all disparage T-Pre's reputation. Here's the thing. A lot of yous on YouTube be too worried about business that doesn't pay you. Whatever T-Pre got going on with her kids, with her husband or whatever, where's your kids or where's your husband? Oh wait, I forgot you don't got one. The fact though, Leaky Box, that you came out your face and you wanted to talk about my child as if that was supposed to hurt my feelings or elicit some type of response, just lets me know how delusional and marauded you are. Newsflash, Carrie Ann. I don't really care if you talk about my child. The people that have talked about my child, though, have had hell to walk through. So I would be careful if I was you. But not only did you talk about my child, because I did a video explaining your condition that you shared and you showed in your VA records, you also talked about T-Pre's kids. You also talked about Seven's kids. But you're the best roaster? Nah, you're a joke. Because if you were a roaster, you would be able to actually roast and tell a joke. My son has autism and he lives better than you. My son has autism, and guess what? One of the words he does say very well is shower. He takes several showers a day because he likes to be clean. Do you know what that feels like, to take several showers a day? Shower. Shower. It's his favorite fucking word. Your dog doesn't know what a shower is. You don't know what a shower is. Your house doesn't know what a deep clean is. Your couch doesn't know what an upholstery tool is. You're worried about T. Pre, the same T. Pre that blocked you. So was she a drunk whore when you were harassing her? Was she on drugs when you asked her to make sure you took your drugs daily? See, this is where you always play yourself. Was Triggs horrendous when you was trying to get cash after super chats? Was he horrendous when you first saw the pictures of Laquan and you were plotting all over yourself, talking about somehow you would date him because he had a little money? We know your money is messed up because Photon made you lose your job, along with those AFW people. But yet and still, you trying to be in bed with one of the AFW princesses. Are you simple, stupid, or slow? Or a combination of all of the above? See, I know why you don't like me. You don't like me because I hold that mirror to your face and you can't stand it. Just like when I told you about your shit with Photon. You're a fool. He played you. He took your money and embarrassed you at every chance because you're desperate. You're thirsty. You need someone to love you. And I get it. That's why I don't really go as hard in the paint on you as I can. You better ask about me in my mouth. I really could push you to the limit. But that's not my ministry. And I don't really want to have to do that to you because you are, after all, a black woman that has access to some of the best healthcare in America. You're a veteran. You should be doing better. Financially, mentally, spiritually, you should be doing a lot better. But you're not, because you don't love yourself. You hate yourself. You hate yourself because you're overweight. You hate yourself because your skin is bad. You hate yourself because you hate that you're black. Before you start talking about the children that T. Pre has with other people, I'm now going to talk about your family dynamics. Why don't you just come out and tell the truth that you don't actually know your biological father? The man that you claim is your daddy is your stepfather. Huh? Do you want to talk about it? See, we can get into some stuff. But who has the energy to waste that type of time? You're a fool. Not only did you show your VA medical records, which everybody knows the VA has their own pharmacy. You showed every doctor. You showed every call center code. You even showed the medication that you're on. But you want to blame other people because it's easier to blame other people than say, damn, I'm a fool. Stop playing, Carrie. You want people to yell at you. Just like when the other day, you was in Seven's chat and you wanted to try to force me to have a conversation with you. See, you have a pattern of behavior. And guess what? I got the transcripts and the screenshots, and Seven still has the video. How you cannot manage yourself. And the fact that I am hearing that you are almost 50, my God, today, I pray blessings and mental breakthrough for you. Because you're over the hill to be a whole fool. Thank God you never had children, because you would have raised psychopaths amongst the world. Go ahead, Seven, because I'll go in.
No, man, I just had to go by what was put out here on YouTube. I don't care about anything, all the other shit. You get me? I'm going by what was put out here on YouTube. And people are acting like they got amnesia out here. She did all of this. She did all of this. This ain't no play. This is her attention seeking. She wanted T. Pre's attention. And T. Pre wouldn't give it to her. It's wild as fuck. And to go to the lengths again to put out your medical shit. What's wrong with you? And you fed those people. You fed them. So you literally played yourself, like Raw said, you played yourself. But you know, you're so smart. Hey, Stephanie, darling.
Hey, Steph, it was the critical thinking for me. And like, let's keep it a stat. The sector has allowed her to devolve into insanity because y'all have babied her. Y'all have babied this 50-year-old woman. And Stephanie, I'm so sorry that you have to go through being told about your white ass and all of this and all of that because you stood on business and you stood on the principles that you believe in. Salute to you. Fuck that.
Wow.
Well, I don't really need to go into how I wasn't all of these things before before she decided that we weren't friends anymore. You know, I wasn't any of these things. So that I am now, right? And so, but that's just neither here nor there. I regret that I can't. But you know, our friendship is apparently over. I do regret that. I regret that I can't go to her shows anymore. But she made that choice on me. That was her decision, and that's fine. I mean, it's not fine. I don't like it, but you know, if that's her choice, that's her choice. I have to respect it. But I did want to. The reason I came up here is to point out something that I think is really interesting and also unfortunate, but interesting. Yeah, right after all this sort of stuff started happening, I think at the last chat I was at, which was a few days ago, there were some people in there who had not been there before, and in fact, you know, had gone quite deep into how much they didn't like her. You know, they didn't like Carrie. They insulted her quite a bit, and then all of a sudden, they were in her chat, and you know, this sort of thing happened when Smoke Gang fell apart. And all of a sudden, it flipped, and the people who were calling him Smoke Goof were all of a sudden in his chat, and you know, basically scooped him up, right? I got him on the team. And I really hope that Carrie does not fall for that okie doke. I really hope that she doesn't. But all of a sudden, the people who were, you know, goofing on her in Photon's chat, who were on panels, you know, talking all kinds of crazy shit about her, are now in her chat. And you know, and I was concerned that, you know, more and more videos would be made about her, you know, by the Antichrist, that about how she can't keep friends and how she, you know, messes everything up. But it's actually, you know, it's actually, I'm one of the people that is getting the videos and getting the talking points because I stabbed her in the back, allegedly, you know, and so the exact same thing happened with Smoke God when Smoke Gang fell apart. You know, all of a sudden it was, you know, Smoke was the victim. Everybody else had turned their back on him. They stabbed him in the back, and all of a sudden, you know, he was team, you know, good people, right? And so I feel like that's happening again, where they're basically trying to, you know, use everything that's happening to basically make her the victim of everything. And then that way they could try to basically, you know, get a new recruit, right? And so I just hope that that's what I'm watching happen right now. And I just hope that she doesn't fall for the okie doke. I really do.
Yeah, because it'd be worse.
It would be.
We all saw the cheerleader come out here, you know, talking on pre and all of this stuff. We saw it. So now you've got to team up with Carrie to do what exactly? Talk about the same shit? Like you have anything in common where she dragged you for filth?
She belongs to the streets.
No, this is weird to me.
Yeah.
You can come back. I was just waiting for Stephanie to finish, darling. Okay.
Okay, well, I'm done. I'm going to drop down because I'm cleaning my house. So I love y'all.
That's right,
Bye.
Stephanie. That's what the Swift one. Yes.
Oh my gosh, let me do this again. I did see you. I did say just wait. I just want everyone to have their, you know, speak their speech before I bring others up here and stuff. You can come back. But yeah, this is wild. I saw that shit. I'm just like, now, oh, and now you're all saying, oh, I think was she lying about breaking too, bitch? Is you crazy?
Here's the thing.
Hi.
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna go. God bless the sector. Like, be careful what you entertain. and what you find to be entertainment. Everything is not entertainment. Carrie Ann, I don't give a damn what you say. Everything you're saying is old and delayed. So I want you to know that it emotionally has no effect on me. You're not ever going to get me out of my body. And if me speaking truth and speaking life gets you out of yours, then prepare to let your soul depart from your body. Because if you say something silly and I have time to address you, I will watch you go on for hours and hours and eat you down in 20 minutes or less, because you're not even worth that much energy. That being said, Seven, thank you for having me. Great show as always. And I'll see you Monday when we have a funeral for the hippo.
I'll see you then. Thank you for coming through.
You're welcome.
Like I said, I'm not going to be out here long. If you want to come back, you can come back through. The link was dropped and stuff. Let me say, hey Clarky, hey darling, what poll you're asking about? Let me go through them. So I think I did about 3 polls in this live. Let me roll all the way back up. See if I can see them. Where's my first one? See, I didn't take notes on them. Well, the last poll was, to what we've seen play out so far, who's coming off worse in the realms of this YouTube friendship? 76% said Kerry, 23% said T-Pre. So that was the result of the last poll that I did. Oh. Hey, Trixie.
Hey, can you hear me okay? I got my Bluetooth on.
You're clear, darling. What's good?
Okay, good. How you doing?
I'm very good, darling.
Okay. Yeah, I'm back and forth between you and P. So,
Oh, P's live? Hey, shout out to P.
yeah,
Get your
he's
money.
He getting his music break on. So, like, I got about a
Okay.
good 30 minutes.
What's good? What's good?
No, not much. I just wanted to come and use you for a second and promote the poll that I got going on the community wall. I don't know what do you call that? The list thing that I got. I got a Google list thing that I'm asking everybody to go check out to help out with the funeral on Monday.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I was just letting everybody know it's anonymous. You don't gotta log in. You don't gotta put an email or a phone number. You don't gotta talk to me on the phone, make a change. All you do is hit the link. All you do is hit the link and just answer a few questions so we can have some fun. I'm trying to make this this funeral fun on Monday. Not so it'll be fun, but I need some participation. So I think I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow just to talk about it some more. To see if we can get the sector involved. So we'll see how that goes. But I just wanted to come up here and say it while
That's
you
all
were
right.
still
I'll
out
share
and,
it. I'll
and ask you,
share.
could I put the link in the chat?
Yeah,
Could I put the link in
drop
the
it.
chat?
Did you drop it?
Okay.
Yeah, drop it.
No,
Hi to the
I'll get
person
it.
that thinks I'm irrelevant. Hi, how are you?
Now, when did I
Man!
say that, Divine?
You,
Hey, what's up,
you said
Divine?
that ages ago, but it's all right. I've moved past it. Not
Was it
like
over a
some
year
people out
ago?
here.
Was it over a year ago? What's up, Divine? Well, hey, Triggs, what's up?
What's
Go,
up, man?
Clifford. What's good?
Nothing. I was just scrolling through the YouTube streets, and I
Uh-huh.
noticed what you were talking about up here. So I figured I'd stop by and drop some commentary on what the topic was.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Go
I'm a
ahead.
mute. Go ahead. I'm mute.
Oh, so I've been watching and monitoring this thing like closely as it relates to Carrie Ann, right? So I think it's funny how like she's saying that T-Pre is now lying on her, but she started lying on T-Pre first. So now like it's just so like she's like the biggest hypocrite on here. It's crazy. Like she's saying that now that Now that's what I understood, is that what I took from her. She says one thing and then she goes back, and then I don't know if she doesn't remember what she just said, but she acknowledged, that she did ask T Pre to remind her to take her medicine. Then she's saying that T Pre lied about the situation and lied about her mental health situation, but you came on here and told us about your mental health situation. So how is she lying on you? I'm so confused with the whole situation. It's like she's not paying attention to what she's doing, like what she's saying. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. And I just love the karma that this bitch is getting back from all the nasty shit that she's done to people on here. She has been so vindictive, manipulative on here to so many fucking people. And I think what's happening is that veneer that she had is starting to crack. That veneer where she had some little bit of support around here is now like dwindling, and you're starting to see the real her. And she's starting to show herself. And I think it's crazy that she's supposed to be the biggest roaster and supposed to, she was bragging about being the biggest roaster. She ain't afraid of nobody. But the moment that, her feet gets held to the fire, she goes and runs like a weak ass bitch. Why you gotta run and leave the sector every fucking time? Stay here and deal with it. Nobody else is running and leaving the sector. Why you gotta run and leave the sector now? And why are you doing like 10, 20 lives before you leave? You ain't gotta announce you're leaving. Just fucking go. Who are you? You ain't no sitting president. You ain't that fucking important.
Right.
I don't understand why she done did 6 lives saying that's why I'm leaving, that's why I'm leaving, and that's why I'm leaving. Now because you don't have an echo chamber, now you can't stay. You gotta leave the sector because you don't have an echo chamber. Is that what it is? Okay.
Well, she's doing a money challenge again, throwing $8,000 out here for T Pre to put out.
Oh, and that's another thing. Why is she bringing her fucking kids into it? T Pre's kid. This is her main go-to. She always comes for people's family members. Always goes to people's family members. She did the same thing with my father. Like so she made up a whole fucking lie because we had a fallout. Me and Carrie Ann had a fallout, and because she didn't know enough about me, she started speculating and making a bunch of damn lies up about me, saying my dad was a racist and this, that, and the other. And then she was saying that my dad was a white man, and then that I possibly am white, even though I've cammed up several times on here. Like, she was doing a bunch of crazy stuff. But mind you, now she's bringing up the fact that she windmilled for Triggs at one point, and she windmilled for T Pre at one point. But when me and her had an issue, I wasn't allowed to bring up the fact that I windmilled for her and for her to keep her job. Because I'm one of the few people who wrote into her school for her to keep her job, and that bitch turned on me. She completely fucking turned on me. So now, at a convenience, you're able to bring up the fact that you windmill for all these people. Okay, so you get to fight however you want to fight, but damn everybody else and what they got going on, but only when it's convenient for you. And you get to call, and now you're calling all these people your friends. When I called T Pre my friend, you taunted me and made fun of that I considered her a YouTube friend. She's like, true. Oh, you thought you had a friend, and then she was like laughing, like, you thought he had a friend. I knew T Pre longer than fucking Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann came out of midway through this thing, and so yeah, I had more of a connection with T Pre than I did Carrie Ann. So I could care less about falling out with Carrie Ann thing, but the thing is, like, she manipulated that connection I had with T Pre, and because I don't give a fuck about her, but and try to turn that whole situation to try to intentionally try to hurt me. And she's just like a trash person. She really is. And now we know that she lies. She completely lies. She comes on here, lies. She likes to tell people's business, and it's crazy. She's crashing out, spazzing out. It's. And I would like to say, like, I feel sorry for her, but I don't. I think she's a nasty person. She deserves every bad thing that's happening to her right now. She came into this sector and made it a toxic place. She made it a gender war. She made it a man versus woman thing. She made it a colorism thing. We didn't even have those type of issues before this bitch came into the sector. It wasn't a light skin, dark skin issue over here. It wasn't that. And why every time a colorism comes up, it always is related to her. She's always bringing it up. She is obsessed with skin color. I don't understand it. It is so kooky. I do not get it. And what does colorism got to do with any of the T-Pri stuff? It don't make sense at all. She lied and said that T-Pri threatened her. And so that was a lie. T-Pri showed the receipts. There was no threat in there. And she said, well, it's a perceived threat. There is no perceived threat in there. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I mean, it's just crazy. But I just had to add my 2 cents. Thanks for having me up, Divine.
That's all right, Stephen.
Have a good night, Triggs.
Hey, Stephen, will you be at the funeral Monday in attendance?
Where's the funeral at?
My show Monday night.
Who is it for her?
For Carrie.
Oh,
funeral
yeah.
for Carrie, yeah.
I would definitely be there.
Hosting it with me.
I definitely will be there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Hey, also, I got a link in the chat. You need to hit that poll up. I definitely want to hear your response. It's anonymous. You don't got to put no information. You don't got to put your name in it. Just leave a message that you would like Carrie to hear during the funeral. You see what I'm saying?
Now, somebody analyze that link before you go clicking it, yeah? No play.
Oh my God, there you go. VS not around and you just take us by the Divine. I swear.
Hey, Clarky.
Hey, Clark.
Hey, Clarky, darling. Oh my gosh. What's up, Clarky? What's good? Clarky, we can't hear you.
Again.
It sounds like you got the mic covered.
Yeah.
I did because I was outside.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, there you go. You're nice and clear, darling.
Hello, everybody. I just came up to say hello to my YouTube boyfriend. Hello, Ray Trent.
Oh, shit. Yes. I was like, wait, is Stephen still up here? I can't see the screen.
Right.
I was like, is Stephen still up here? I can't see the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, it's me.
No, I can't see nothing. No, it's you.
Who said I was your boyfriend? Was that
somebody said that in one of your
somebody's
chat. I don't know.
Oh,
I forgot where I was. They let me know. They let me know that I was in love with Ray Triggs. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, it's not funny, but it's funny. Anyway, Divine, darling, what's cooking? What's shaking? What's baking?
Hey, darling, I'm good, man. I just have to get this shit off, man.
Can I ask you a question, Clark? Because I'm curious that you be having difference of opinions. How do you feel about me doing? Will you be at the funeral on Monday, or you not participating in anything like that?
Do you know what Monday is in New York?
Oh yeah, it's Labor Day.
Honey,
yeah, I know.
I am freaking outside on Eastern Parkway. I will be in nobody's chat. No. I be chipping and whining and chipping.
Yeah, I miss some holidays in New York though. It's different.
I'll catch the replay.
Yes, from a certain age. That's a boyfriend. Her boyfriend. Look. No, brother, a certain age to say Clarky and Ray Triggs are not a couple. Like,
people are too funny. I just like how they make up these scenarios. It's hilarious. Oh Lord! And that person was going, oh no, they were going on and on and on. I was like, okay. But anyway, yeah.
It must have been one of them troll accounts that let me be quiet.
Please.
Must have been one of the troll accounts. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all you should say. That's right. That's all you should say. Who cares? They're so silly, but but they always telling themselves. So like eventually you figure out who it is because
all the time.
Because I'm not gonna say how, but because Anyway, but yeah, no man.
They
I'll be
always
like,
seem to
no,
pop
no.
back up at never
Say
mind.
that.
Never mind. I was just saying they always seem to pop back up when certain folks come around. But it's funny. I like it. It's funny. It's funny.
Can't help themselves.
Yeah.
Can't help themselves. They just
Yeah.
can't.
The thing I
Just
like,
can't.
Flaky, because they was all in my chat on Monday. I was shocked. I'm like, but the funny thing is, they don't want to have like when they under their real accounts, they saying they don't want to have nothing to do with me, but they dying to come in the chat room,
Exactly.
dying to be there.
And that's what I said. I said, I don't go anywhere I don't like in real life or online. I don't do it. So why are you up in here? You're like, again, what did Binary used to say? The hypocrisy?
The hypocrisy sector. Yep.
Hypocrisy. But no, I will not be there on Monday. But no. I'm not into the funeral stuff. I just been to too much already in real life, so I'm like, I don't
But
care
it's
for that
me,
stuff.
Clarky. I'm making it fun. I'm doing it different.
Well, if
I'm
you're
not gonna, it's all good.
on when
I'll try
I
to
come
leave
off
it.
the parkway, if you're
Yeah.
on when I come off the parkway, I will tap in. Parkway
Yeah,
first, right? Parkway first, Trig second. Parkway first, Trig.
You see how she do her boyfriend? You see this, y'all? Damn.
Listen, what? Oh God, why should will go out of my head? Rob will tell you I'm a Sag. I keep my priorities straight.
No,
Parkway
you have fun out there. You
Trig
go touch that
second.
New York grass. Definitely.
What?
Definitely.
And the weather's supposed to be nice too. I am looking forward to it. Yep.
Yeah.
Clarky,
But,
beautiful said she'll meet you out there. That's what she said. She'll meet you out
Who?
there.
She, she gotta find me first.
Not where's Waldo.
And I will not be in costume, but I will be out there. But yeah. But yes, man, it's been a good summer. I can't complain. I cannot complain. I work my ass off,
that's
but
good.
I'll get to rest next week, so which is good. But yeah, but all this stuff, man, I am like,
Yep. What's your thoughts?
it's you know what? If it wasn't really serious, it would really be funny. And I know that I laugh a lot, but this stuff is not a joke. And the fact that people are entertaining this woman as opposed to seeing it for what it is, it's really ludicrous. But it also shows you how people are really crass and people do not care. They don't care. You see what this person is going through, and you're like, oh, like when I first saw the poll, it was, I get people were just trying to, anyway, whatever. But I find it very, and then you see people how they are, who they are, like whatever, So because I know I wouldn't be responsible for nobody trying to take their medication either. That's a big ass job. I don't even do that for my mother. I don't even ask her. She
Trying to
takes
figure
her
out why
shit.
she's denying it now when that was the first live. Well, which live number 2, she said that. Like I don't understand.
Exactly. And why are people thinking that T-Pre is a bad person when it's like Umar, right? People go on and on and on about Lennon, Honor, and Umar.
Yeah.
Umar said these things himself. Umar did these things himself. Lennon Honor's not making this shit up. He's just speaking on it.
Right.
And now here we are, and everybody's talking about Umar. Everybody. Everybody is talking about Umar. He's a deadbeat. He's a this. He's a that. He's a scammer. All these years, people didn't know Umar was a scammer. Okay, we don't want to say he's a scammer, but whatever it is. Now, all these years, this guy has not changed. His pattern has been exactly the same. It's like his daughter came into it, his mother came into it, the women, you know what I'm saying? But this guy has not changed who he is. You know, but people enable this man. People enable this man. People give this man the platforms, and nobody is holding his feet to the fire. So when they throw his ass in jail, I'm quite sure they'll raise a fund and get his bail. You know what I'm saying? And bail his ass out because, like, it's, oh my God, like, what are you doing to the black man? Stupid shit. You know. So I had the lady wasn't my friend, but when I was younger, I lived in it wasn't a boarding house, but it was a apartments that were built specifically for women. I had moved. I was moving and I had put my stuff in storage, and literally I put my stuff in storage like the Saturday, and the storage place burnt down like that Thursday. Like literally. And I lost I didn't have insurance because I didn't figure my stuff was going to be in there. Anyway, long story short, I lived in this place, right? And it was just built for women. So you had your room, you shared a shower on your floor, but they gave you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, we had a floor mate that we didn't know she was manic depressive, right? And this, she brings me back to that story. So this lady, we would sit down sometimes at breakfast, sometimes I would always skip lunch because I was at work, but you know, maybe sometimes dinner, early breakfast on Sunday, and she'd be like going on all this stuff, right? Nobody knew that this lady was a manic, and the things that she would tell you, you would believe her because she was so, like, not convincing, I guess. But I mean, you don't know. I mean, I didn't know her family. I didn't know anybody around her, like, and all that kind of stuff. So I used to think, like, wow, that's so interesting. And also because at that time, because I worked in marketing, and I like, sometimes I would like work with actors and stuff like that. I'd be like, okay. But then it got to be like, no, she's not making any sense. The woman used Steven Spielberg. She did that, you know, all this fantastical stories. And it turns out, like, so like we found out, like, of course, when she didn't take her stuff. So like when she was up, she was really, really up. I mean, she was down. Of course, she was really, really down, you know. So I had to start interacting with her because I was sort of like, whoa. But you know, there are people like this every day. We had this other lady too, and she was in the thing. And like one day, literally, I'm going down the subway to work. The lady is sitting in a corner of the subway with a sign begging for money. I was like, she looked at me, I looked at her, she looked at me, I looked at her, she looked at me. And I was like, I sucked my tail, and I just I got on the train. I was like, what? I know what let me tell you something. And the rent that we paid in that place, it was not cheap. You hear me? So I know what she is paying for rent. Well, maybe, I don't know, but whatever. I was like, but you know, there are people who do that kind of stuff, and it, you know, and I mean, for all the people who want to cheer her on and be her cheerleader, and you know, whatever, they're doing her a disservice. But you know, it's okay because she'll find out, and then she's gonna be in a worse place.
And the fact that you have to keep doing live after live to prove that you're not the problem, or you didn't start this shit. That's what's telling you.
And some people, you know, sometimes they need to hear something a million fucking times. And again, you know, this sector is kind of weird because until something happens to them, you know, until she turns on them or say something on them or say that they, you know, they're coming after her or they're threatening her, then they'll get it, you know. But as long as it's not them, they don't care. You know, they don't care. Oh my God, well, they aren't doing anything to me. Like, but you see what you're doing to everybody else. Like, it's the same person. Anyway.
That you put your life into. Use the beacon, you know, beacon of positivity. I try to help. But in that, you know, in that statement, you're saying derogatory things. I tried to help this drunk. I tried to help this person who don't, you know, who kids don't fuck with her. I tried to help
Mhm.
this drug addict filled woman, don't know who she's bringing home at night, all this shit. And you was
Mhm.
a friend.
Exactly.
Boy, I couldn't be friends with you.
Friends
No
don't do that to
way.
friends, you know.
Absolutely not. No matter what the disagreement is, friends don't do that to
Mm-mm.
each other.
Mm-mm. I would never do that. And I've had friends, I've had some of my same friends for years. And if they
Right.
piss me off and they know that they pissed me off, and then they know not to say anything to me. Because even if I'm upset, I'm not that
Mhm.
person that's going to go back and say, well, I remember you did this and I remember you did that, you
Right.
know. I just met this lady and she really wanted us to be friends, and it was so weird. So one of the things that she would say to me all the time, which kind of like creeped me out, she said, you know, I'll be watching people, right? I was like, what? She said, yeah, because like when something upsets you, you do XYZ. And I'm saying to myself, like, this lady's actually sitting down watching me, right? So then she'll be telling me stuff about other people. So I'm saying to myself, so if you're motherfucking watching me, what the fuck are you doing? Are you sitting there watching everybody else, talking about what everybody else and doing and whatever stuff? Like, you're not perfect. So why are you watching everybody? You know, and then she said to me one day, she said, well, you know, well, you never talk about yourself. I was like, there's nothing to talk about. What you see is what you get, literally.
Right.
And if I'm this way with you, I'm the same way with everybody else. So if I'm going to say this to you, I'm going to say this to her, because there's her and another lady, it was so perfect. Her and another lady got into an argument, and the lady ended up sharing some stuff that they shared together, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, why are we doing this? She says, well, and I said, you know what? I said, this is not good. And then both of you people telling me you go to church? I'm having a problem here. And they ended up not talking to each other, right? I was like, you know what? This is, and that's how our life is, but, you know.
It's crazy. But to call, you know, just to say all this stuff and calling
Yeah.
people drug addicts and stuff. Honey, darling, you're on a
Yeah.
prescribed drug
And you
that you
showed
cannot stop
yourself.
from.
Yeah, that you showed yourself.
Yeah, you showed
Um,
like I don't know what to say to this. And this ain't the first time you've done this. You've done this many a times. To
And
try
that's why
prove that-
people, I'm sorry,
on,
go ahead.
darling.
And this
No,
is
no.
why people need to keep talking and showing and talking and showing and talking and showing, because it's not even a matter of them winning or her winning. It's a
Right.
matter of always putting the truth out there. And it's because you know what they say, the internet never lies, right? Internet never
Mhm.
dies, internet never lies. So it's important that that narrative is also out there, whether it's Triggs, whether it's T Pre, whether it's Raw B, whether it's you, whether it's Cellulite, you know what I'm saying? People who can speak on this in an objective manner.
Right.
It's important that that's out there, like, because the same way they can pull up her shit and see the shit that she said, the same way they'll be able to pull up you guys and see what you guys said also on
Mhm.
it. And to me, that's important. I don't have a channel, but if I did, but
Yo.
if I did, she would not be a happy camper. But I can't go there with her. I was like, I can't do it.
Nah, mate, it's long. It's just that
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's Raw's. I'm gonna say it was Raw's live today that just said, you know what, you laid it out so perfect.
Yes, yeah.
You took it right to the beginning and right to where we're at now. You laid it right out so perfect. And I said,
Exactly.
yeah, and I'm gonna show
And-
it. That's what I did.
And that's the narrative that needs to remain. And hopefully she puts it in the general thing and not on membership.
Mhm.
Because that's important, you know. It's like when I listen to Legend, and I know a lot of his stuff is on a membership. So like I
Yeah.
go back sometimes and I listen to his stuff and I was like, damn, like what? You know what I'm saying? And he's so clear and he's so lays it out and he's just, you know,
Yep.
he's not like repeating himself. He's not like, you know, all that kind of stuff. All these stupid ass, weird ass people don't go and take care of them shit. Her, Smoke, all these people. I don't understand it. You know, and they're like, oh, like they know everything. No, you do not.
No, you don't. You don't. And you know what? Sometimes you just have to take accountability.
Mm-hmm.
What What is wrong with taking accountability in a situation where you just happen to be wrong?
As an adult, not because we would want children to take accountability, but here you are as an adult and you can't. So what were you learning as a child? Hey, Raw.
Hey, Raw, welcome back.
Thank you. I was just gonna say this. I'm not putting that video on members. I struggle with leaving videos like that up because honestly, who is she? Nobody knows her. But I was really careful not to mention anybody's name except for Triggs because I wanted to also prove a point. You can talk about a situation without actually mentioning somebody's name. That's a skill that you only learn when you're a mature and grown adult.
Yes, that's true.
So, anybody that wants to use it, anybody that wants to review it, you are more than welcome to review it. I'm gonna make that one pass for that video because it's a conversation that simply needs to be had. Like, damn all the shenanigans and the chicanery. Let's just talk about things for what they really are. Like, y'all want this sector to grow? You want to get back to having fun? How you do that is not delving into delusions because it makes you feel better because you weaponize someone else to attack somebody else for you. Because that other thing that I saw today that I ain't even gonna talk about because that was just right good trash. Like, where you coming from with that? Like, if you took your L a long time ago, you ain't coming back and reviving yourself off of somebody else's beef. That is also weak.
Absolutely. I agree.
And y'all see one.
I didn't see it, and I'm not gonna ask what it is. So.
All right. I'm sorry. I was just like, hey, you. Okay.
Right. And this is one thing y'all know about me. If I got beef with you, I got beef with you.
Right.
When I got beef with you, I don't really be piggybacking off of nobody else's nothing. But also, I'm a New Yorker, so I'm always gonna stand 10 toes down by myself.
New York.
You know what I mean? But I don't go up for this. Oh well, I'm having a beef with JP Morgan. So since I'm having a beef with JP Morgan, yeah. Divine had a beef with JP Morgan, yeah. Clark had a beef with JP Morgan, yeah. And that makes JP Morgan the bad guy. Nah, nobody has to do that.
Right.
Because if
That's
you
because
got
these people are weak and they want other people to do shit so they can have content. Again, they shows who they are.
Nah, they want other people to do stuff because they are not the roasters that they think they are. Because in all actuality, they don't know how to handle business. Because the true content is not in JP Morgan reacting to or trying to say shit about Seven or JP Morgan. Sorry, JP Morgan, you're just the first thing I saw. Please don't take it personal. We don't have no beef. Or, you know what I'm saying? The true content is not about what JP Morgan says about Seven now that he heard Seven's name, or what he says about Clark now that he heard Clark's name. If you're a content creator, then you know what the content is. The content is, this is my perspective, this is my point of view, and until we hash it out, it's up and it's stuck with you. If JP Morgan crosses the street wrong, I'm gonna be like, you know what, JP Morgan, I see how you cross that street, and that's some weak trash shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna Yes, you get to play victim now too. I've made fun of you. Now you can cry, apparently, because speaking is making fun. This is another thing too. Like, and I'm sorry, this situation just got me perturbed because I hate to see silly bitches acting like they really bout that life. Like,
but she's supposed to be. Well, isn't she supposed to be the feminist? This is how feminist people behave.
Nah, this is. This is how wayward children behave. Because at the end of the day, like, nigga, you ain't never been roasted. You think you were roasted. You ain't never been roasted. What up, General D? You ain't never been roasted. You ain't never getting to no kerfuffle for real. And not for nothing, a lot of the shit that pops off on the internet and social media, it's light work.
Right.
You ain't talking no shit until, like Devon said earlier, somebody's gonna be like, and beat your fucking ass.
That's true.
Carrie, you did get roasted. Let me take that back. This is where I will give that other group their flowers. They roasted you to the point that you're unemployed right now. And that's why your ass is on social media crashing out, spazzing out, not taking your fucking medication. Bitch, rebrand.
But I thought she said that wasn't the reason she lost her. Never mind.
Listen, she can say whatever she want to say. Whatever she talking about, you got too much time on your hands, which means you're not getting no money. The fact that you're wearing the same clothes day after day after day after day after day after day after day, that's why you can't turn on your camera when you go live, because you haven't washed your ass and you haven't washed your clothing. See, that's making fun of you. See the difference? Go get an education. All the time you spend online, go take an online class. Freshen up that resume. Go on Indeed, LinkedIn, what's that? Rat Race Rebellion, and a whole bunch of other websites. Get yourself a job. Go outside and fill out some applications. Put the pedal to the metal. As a matter of fact, going outside and getting some fresh air and actually interacting with human beings in real life might improve your mood and adjust your attitude. See, I'm gonna talk to you like the child that you are, because apparently people that are in your life, whoever these random phantom people are coddling you. I'm gonna talk to you like a real one. And I'm glad that my live today inspires 7 to do this. And I hope that my live today inspires so many more people to stand the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And one more thing, because I have a 6:30 class, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm always getting this money. Stop acting like Triggs is the fucking bad guy. Y'all have been harassing, gang stalking, committing cyber crimes against this man's name, his a purported image, and some more shit for the better part of 2 years, trying to figure out who somebody is behind the avatar, because you can't take a roast and a gag. And then when he does something back to you, when he makes fun of you, or when he claps back, now all of a sudden y'all are in your feelings. It's mutual combat and everybody is participating. So what makes you think that you could sit there and talk all manner of shit on somebody, go in and assume what somebody's criminal history is or whatever else? And it really seems like, from my opinion, my perspective, that is really predicated on these women that try to get close to him to have sexual relationships. And because they are sent away, dismissed, and he don't want to be bothered, then they come on social media acting a fool, talking about condos and all of this and all of that. And you can say whatever you want to say about me as well. I have never come out here starting shit with nobody, but I damn sure know how to finish it. See, Carrie, this is the part that you don't understand from the beef sector, raw beef. I will finish it with you, and I will finish you. You will not be out here fake talking about some you leaving the sector and you ain't coming back. I'll make sure your name is Pork and you won't be able to be nowhere. Fuck around and find out. Out there, you've been trying to suck somebody's penis through the internet for the better part of a year. And now all of a sudden he's the bad guy. Why? Because he don't want to call you back and text your phone. But I guess he got another 4 more years, right, on his motherfucking sentence, because that's how long you stayed sucking off Photon, right? Because he didn't want to be with you either, but he took your fucking money.
Talk about it.
See, I'm different from you. I'm going to read you for the facts of your life. And I'm going to take the air out your tires. Yeah, I was talking to somebody on the internet and they put my picture on the internet. Oh, well, I'm grown. I made a decision. It was a bad one. These are the consequences of said bad decision. Next chapter. Oh, yes, a man off the internet gave me $12,000 because he thought that was going to buy him access to me. And he got access denied, just like you got access denied from T-Pre, just like you got access denied from Dr. Nikki, just like you got access denied from Triggs, just like you got access denied from 7, just like you get access denied from your daddy, just like you got access denied from your life, just like you got access denied from your job. Girl, and I still am $11,500 up on you. No, actually, shit, I'm a whole $12,500 up on you because we know for a fact that you gave full-time 500. I wish the fuck I would give somebody that is not mine any money. See, that's that dumb bitch mentality, trying to buy attention, trying to buy affection. You play games with people that want to play games with you. You want this smoke with me? I would drag you to places that you do not want to go. I will make you wake all the way the fuck up and go check yourself into that hospital like you need to, so you can get the therapy and the help that you need. As a mental health advocate, sometimes what people like you need is a nice cold glass of water to the face, a full reality check. Let me break you out of your delusion. That's real women empowerment. That's real feminism. Somewhere underneath of all that hurt little girl, somewhere underneath of all that filth, somewhere underneath of all that crust, somewhere underneath of all that non-parted hair, there is a real human being in there that's hurting and crying for attention. But what you are doing is exhibiting signs and symptoms of seeking negative attention for validation. Bitch, do better. Good night, y'all. Let me go to bed because, child.
Good night, darling.
Good night, Robbie. Good night. Good night.
Hi. Leave people alone, y'all. But knowing you and how you get down, you're going to go live, call her out her name, speak on her family and her situation. You're going to ask for it and you're surely going to get it.
You're gonna get it because this shit's gonna live on, and it's gonna live on because no amount of deleting gonna delete nothing.
Uh-huh.
You come back and say, "Oh, I didn't say it," and somebody said it, and somebody did, and somebody that, and it was manipulating, and it's chat GTP, and there's all that kind of crap. People just need to stop sometimes. Just fucking stop.
Trust. But you know what? Take accountability in your bullshit. Take accountability. That's all you have to do. That's all you needed to do, really. You couldn't do that in your friendship. You dismissed it. You didn't want to hear it. You didn't care. You just wanted your view across and how you felt and what you wanted done. You didn't care about the other person. And look how you did Steffi. She saw it we all watched it.
Okay, so what happened? See, my opinion was that she was not going to do that. See, I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
No,
right?
because sorry, darling. Go on. Continue.
No. I was just saying that I gave her the benefit of the doubt that she was not going to go after or say anything to Stephanie or about Stephanie, and so she did. So she proved me wrong.
Oh no, she was going to go after her. As soon as Stephanie came up on my live and said that she stood with T-Pre on this situation right here, yeah, because she agreed that, you know what I mean, she stood with T-Pre on this situation right here. Stephanie was out the cut from that alone, and that just shows you exactly how controlling she is.
But sometimes it's good to see. Sometimes it's good to see the things. Let it all come out. Let it all rise to the top. Let it all, whatever. Because I remember when T-Pre and Breaking and what's his name had gone to New York, and and I was looking at that and I was like, I don't know, I don't know if I had a premonition. I don't know what the heck it was, and I was like, I'm not liking this. And then when it all came to, I was like, damn, I kind of saw this happening, not the way that it actually did, but I kind of saw it happening. And now in hindsight, I'm kind of glad that it did what it did so it could get out of the way, because I think that happening that way really protected T-Pre. It really did. That happening the way that it happened, the universe really protected her life.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because it had that not happened the way that it had happened,
Yeah.
that woman would have tried to destroy T-Pre. And she tried to destroy her without even like knowing all the stuff that she did. And so
Yeah.
because she went into the situation with that in mind. She did not go into the situation as a sincere person. She did not go into the situation as a friend. She knew what she was doing. And that, like, when I see them people, I'm like, I'll tell you, man.
It's interesting.
Mm.
It's interesting. And now
Yeah.
trying to be besties all of a sudden. Okay.
You know what? Let them. You know what? I listened to this lady does a podcast and she has this whole thing. But at the end of the day, she says, let them. You know, they don't like you, let them. They want to talk about you, let them. They don't want to hang out with you, let them. Just let them. They're showing you, just let them. Let me tell
Exactly
you
who
something.
they are.
You see how manipulating these people are. But it was just a matter of time. Like I said, when I heard that Propane was all upset with Triggs about this stuff and who he was listening to, I was like, I couldn't believe that, you know? I mean, and I haven't been to Propane's, I'm not talking about him per se, but I haven't been to his, and I haven't been because I haven't been around. But like when I heard like that part of it, I was sort of like, really? Like that's who you're listening to? That?
Right.
Like how many ways did you ask about this and it was talked about and it was brought up and it was insinuated and it was talked about, and like here we are, August of 2025, and you're listening to those people? I'm like, okay.
It's interesting, Corky. That's what to say to it's interesting, man. You just gotta watch. You just have to watch most of the time, observe, and just really think like, huh? Is this really what you do? Okay, go ahead.
And fortunately or unfortunately, again, I know I said this before, how this stuff works, it will all come out.
Yes, it does.
That's the fucked up part about all of it. It
will
will
always
all
come out.
because they're always going to tell on each other.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's like God don't like ugly.
No, I don't. But you know, she's got a God repellent shield up, so she don't believe in God. So you know,
She don't listen. She ain't gotta believe in God. She ain't gotta believe in nothing.
Very true. Very
you know
true.
what I'm saying? She ain't gotta believe in nothing, but gravity works. I tell you right now. Gravity works. And you try walking through a red light. Yeah, okay. You gotta believe in nothing.
I like that.
That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. You ain't gotta believe in shit. But okay. All right.
But gravity works. Absolutely.
Gravity works. Unless you got
Gravity will bring
unless
you
you
back real quick.
unless you got your Icarus and you got wings and you can fly, fly too high to the sun, you're good.
Oh man.
All right.
But yeah, man, I just had to get this shit out because I'm thinking, oh my God, like what in the Delulu is going on? Like, why are we denying what happened? What we saw play out? What's all this extra shit? We saw exactly how this played out, but we just want to be in denial now. And now we're issuing out challenges and all this shit. You started all of this shit. You started this speculation. People started to talk about this speculation. They started to press you about it. Do you get me? And it just so happens it's Revelation came out on my show.
Yeah.
But throughout all of it, there was no threat, darling. Not one.
But there would have never been a threat because she said the same thing about Triggs. How Triggs was threatening her. And that's a horrible thing to say. And then everybody was reacting to it and all that kind of stuff. Like, weren't you all in the same chats?
Right.
So then you try to make it seem like, okay, well, they're talking behind the scenes and like he's threatening her. And it's the same thing. Like, come on, y'all. Listen, I don't know.
Ain't no damn threat though. You stayed up online, so you're not really in danger, are ya?
It's okay. I mean, I don't go to her channel, so
I'm
I don't really
alive. You're not
care.
in danger, are you? You're not in danger because you pressed the red button to talk to strangers. You're not in danger. You're not really scared for your life. Because those who are, they wouldn't press a red button to go live and sit
Right,
there.
right. You know.
It's crazy. But Clarky, I'm gonna get out of here, darling. I think
Ah.
I've done my
Yes.
I think I've done the
You've
Lord's
done
work.
what you need to do. Yes.
Oh boy, but thank you for coming,
Yes.
sweetie. And enjoy Monday. Enjoy yourself.
You know, I will. Beautiful. I'm sending you much energy and much love. Yeah, I want you to whine. I want you to dance. I want you to have your virgin pina colada. Everything out in the parkway, and we catch up on Tuesday. Yeah, I'll try to tap into. But usually when I go, I like to hang out with my family and stay out late and all that good stuff. So I'll see if I can tap into his show. If not, I'll catch the replay or whenever he goes live again. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks
All right, girl. Yeah, listen, wave your flag, beautiful. No, don't put it in here. But okay, guys, enjoy your weekend. Be safe wherever you do. Use your critical thinking wherever you do. Use your common sense wherever you do. Divine girl, I love you.
Love you too, Clarky.
We talk later. Okay, bye
Yes,
bye.
we will. Bye bye. What did you say, Lorna? D7. When I joined this channel because of GTA and you are from the UK, where I was born, I didn't expect to be called a handmaiden and a hoe. Hello! All because we have a different viewpoint and opinion. That's crazy, right? That is absolutely crazy. But you know that GTA content will be coming. It will not be played on this channel. It will be launched on my gaming channel. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm going to try and play. I need to play more games actually, but it's just finding the time. But yeah, I am launching my Twitch channel for this gaming content. It will not be on this channel at all. And I hope to do more collabs with Defrauding, KKC, even Broski, even Slander, and whoever else plays games out here. You know, I'm always up for a challenge. That's how I've always been when it comes to gaming. But yeah, I didn't expect to be called those things either. Because, you know, all of this comes under I'm protecting Triggs. Triggs is a grown-ass fucking man. I can't... who am I to protect him in what? And even after tonight, I'm still not protecting him. I'm just showing you what you did. You started this shit. You started all of this shit. You told on yourself, you played yourself, and you fed people information that just didn't need to be known. For what? To tell us that your kitties are, you know, up to par or something, that you got supersonic kitty out here. And then you want to do DNA test on people's pickney. Like I said, who the fuck do you think you is? And you're just throwing money everywhere because that's what you do. You throw money at everything to solve your problems. And you have the nerve to be calling people hoes. I never seen somebody throw so much money around for nonsense. And yet, and look like that. All this money and you look like that. Couldn't even refresh the braids them. No, you just took them out and then put back in the same hairstyle, and it's just like you wasted your time. It didn't look improved or anything. It just looked in the same state that it was in before you took it out. Make that make sense. And you go outside looking like that, but you have so much money. Well, you know what? Instead of being in this sector and looking into bullshit, look up all the hair videos across this thing, innit? Watch some hair videos. Get your braids right. Fix them part-ins instead of coming out looking like that. That's disgraceful. You're doing a disservice to yourself. It doesn't help. Mm-mm. People already think you don't even bath and bathe, and then you're coming doing your hair like that. You didn't even wash the hair or nothing. You just took it right out and you put it right back in. Didn't even detox the hair. Did you even detox your own hair, your natural hair? No, you didn't do none of that. Didn't even refresh it. None of them things happen. And you was on live for nearly 72 hours. Thinking that you're flexing. No, you just look shameful and pitiful. But let you tell it. You're a beacon of light around this bitch. No one has ever told you can't speak on anything around here. Nobody. But this is the narrative that you want to put out here. And you got people in your chat feeding you this nonsense. Yeah, idiot. I say idiot thing that. You're stupid. Damn ass. I don't have no beef with you. I just pointed out your bullshit. That's it. That message remains. Stop clocking in and stop logging in. Long live video games and staying at home. Listen. Pete, I don't get people that talk about people want a game. If Mikey wants a game, so be it. Let him game. So what is it to you? You have no idea how much money gaming generates. No idea. It's crazy. But anyways, let me get out of here because it is now 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. I said I had some things to do today, so I need to go and catch some Z's before I get active. So thank you to each and every one of you that came out to interact with me. Thank you to all those that hit the panel. Let me run it down. Raw, Trixie, Clarky, and Stefan. I don't believe I missed anyone. So thank you to all of you. I don't know when I'll be rolling back outside. Trixie has a funeral set for Monday, so make sure you tune in for that. P was live while I was live, so make sure you go and catch the replay for that. Stefan, thank you, darling. And Stephanie, yes, and Stephanie, my apologies, darling, and Stephanie that came through. But P had a live while I was live, so make sure you check the replay on that one. Triggs is setting up a live for Monday for the Kerry Cat funeral, so make sure you're there for that. He does have a live poll going on, so make sure you go to his community wall, click on the link, answer the questions or whatever's there, and it's all good. Also check out the lives that I mentioned before. Please check out Rory's live that I was playing at the end of my my talking points. Make sure you check that out. Also check out Dr. Tracy's video as well. It's I believe it's an old video, but it's still relevant. Make sure you go and check that out. For all your political biz that's going on right now, please check out Cellulite Podcast. He's covering the Democrats and the Republicans and all the shenanigans that is going on right now. So make sure you check that out. What I have been watching, what has been taking place this week as well, is Cardi B was in court. She was in court for an incident that took place in 2018, where she went to the doctor's office and she got into a scrap with a security guard. Lord, that trial was funny. I believe it's coming to an end on Tuesday, but there's plenty of videos, plenty of people have covered it, so make sure you go and check that out. It is a hilarious watch. Cardi B is hilarious on the stand. I don't know if the lady's going to get her payout. She said she had 17K of plastic surgery done on her face. The image that they showed on her face, I don't see 17K worth of plastic surgery. She said she was scratched and that's why she needed to have it done. But the pictures are out there. I'm sure you can see them. You can judge for yourself. But yeah, make sure you go and check that out. That is some hilarious shit right there. Oh, what else is going on? Sorry, guys. Excuse me. What else is going on? As you know, Dr. Umar has saved the school. Apparently, allegedly, Charlemagne the God has helped him save the school. People are up in arms on it. Somebody even called into the Breakfast Club to give Charlemagne the donkey of the day, saying that Umar is a scammer and why are you even helping him for this shenanigans and bullshit. That's a hilarious listen. So make sure you go and listen to that. There was a few lives today on the update on this, if you can call it a school, the bandos, whatever you want to call it. There's plenty of coverage. Again, Rory is covering that with I'm just gonna say I don't remember the other two, but I did see Raw had a multiple live with Jay White and some others. So make sure you go check that live out. As you know, Lennon Honor's going live with the Umar shenanigans, and also as well as our very own KKC. So make sure you go check out all those lives and get up to date with Umar and his shenanigans. Apparently he was out here paying for dates and shit, or wants to pay women to go on a date with him and all kind of bullshit, instead of focusing what really matters is the school and the children's well-being. But we all know how he gets down. Yeah, I'll big up yourself, broski, each and every time. Nice to see you. Hope all is good with you. What else? What else is going on? Oh, not that any of you lot care about this, but the Premier League is in fucking shambles right now. Arsenal is up. My team, Man United, I don't even know what to say. We got beat by an underdog team the other day, and I mean this team is proper underdog. Like, they're down in the trenches, and they beat us the other day. It was a 1-0 draw, and it was just, yeah, it was just shameful. It was just shameful, but, you know, shout out to the Gooners, you know, the Gunners. Arsenal is up right now as it stands because the Premier League has only just started back, but it looks like it's going to be a good season. So I am excited, but yeah, my team need to get it together. I'm losing hope, but I'm a Red Devil to the end. So yeah, I'm going to ride it out with them. Anything else I missed? I don't think so. I'm going to just check. Just do my due diligence and check. Mikey is live with a Fortnite live. Beef Sector Lemon is live right now as we speak. Let me just make sure this is all. Who else is live? Oh no, I don't see anyone else live. Oh, Cell is live right now as well. And yeah, that's it, I'm afraid. So again, I'll do the redirect. Yes, I will. Thank you, darling. Let me go here. We do a few redirects. I don't know which one to click on. I'm gonna click on here. Copy here. Right. I'm gonna post this here. Yeah, it's a get a redirect, but if you click on that link, that will take you to Cell. So make sure you tune in over there for all your political updates and shenanigans that's going on, because boy, there's a lot going on. Did that lady get let out of the house or wherever they kept her locked up in because of all this redlining? You know what? I'm not even saying the right things. I know they're redrawing the lines on the maps on how people vote and things like that. And there was a congresswoman that was locked in somewhere. Did she ever get out? I believe. I don't know if P's still live, but this is the live to P's. Who else? No, I'm not going to redirect over there. I'm going to drop this again. Let me go down here quickly. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. And I'm going to drop both of these. Copy this. Sorry, guys. This link right here is to Roby's video, which was called Mania, The Devil Within. Make sure you check that out. That was really, really good. And that's why from that, we got the follow-up live with Delusions, Manipulators, and the Dramatics. So make sure you check out that live right there. That was a really, really, really good live. But yeah, that's everybody. So I'm going to really get out of here now. I know I've been saying I'm going, but you know me. So with that being said, I'm going to roll out on something nice and call it a night. So thank you all again for tuning in. Yes, I'm going to leave this up. Do what you have to do. I don't care. It's YouTube. It's a free app. I can speak whatever I want to speak on my shit. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree. I don't care. It is what it is at the end of the day. You got a voice. I got a voice. Let me set this up right. Let's get all these ducks in a row. Let's cut this music off. So again, thank you to everyone that came out. I appreciate it. And I'll see you somewhere. Take care of it. Bye-bye.
They try to calm me down, they try to calm me down. They say I can't drink rum.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun.
I gotta be good.
Nah, I forgot. TF, dot dot. I'm out this bitch. Ha!
Decision. I don't care, I'm making chat. Decision. Spice must could never be a bad decision. I do it what I do it. Go study what I do it. And then you run my movie. Doing what I do it. Don't study me, no.
You could call me a nomad, very astronaut, Patanga. Hunting for super alcohol and pretty ladies bending bad. The last time I checked, I just make my own decisions. From sortism to granance, the chop of legend. Everybody know I know our behavior. From July, rich job in your area. I get a flight, but I don't get accommodation. So find me all over the nation, making a whole set of bad
decision. Under the counter is a bad decision. I don't care, I'm making job decision. Spice must could never be a bad decision. I do it what I do it. Go study what I do it. Under the rum I move it. Doing what I do it. Don't study me, no. I doing what I do it. Go study what I do it. Under the rum I move it. Doing what I do it. They try to calm me down, they try to calm me down. They say I can't drink rum. Oh God, so much a girl in town, so much a girl in town. That one true. Everybody know I do a behavior. From July, reach in Grenada. I get a flight, but I don't get accommodation. So find me all over the nation, making a whole set of bad decision. Under the counter is a bad decision. I don't care, I'm making chat decision. Spice must could never be a bad decision.
Girl, attitude, girl.
All attitude, Pull up to your place, clean like Scarface. The blimp said the world is mine. Lead girl energy is what you give to me. And now it's showtime. You are Mr. Girl. Damn, showtime. You are my star. Oh yes, you are, girl. It's showtime. You are my star, girl. It's like flashing lights. You are the star, girl, and I'm a love life. Alright. Since you're warming, been me to Raji. When you're lonely, call me. Me I no Ken, but you are my Barbie. How I do them? This are no Titanic, them fast and furious, them last and curious. My Megan good, yeah, she good enough. Rather than Broadway, she pulling up. Ready for the showtime with me and my star girl. Oh, there, showtime. You are my star. You are the showtime. You are my star girl. Boy, flashing lights. Star girl in a me love life. Now when you listening, you are to me. Let me tell you now, a movie star. In this love scene, we play the part. Honey, we fill up your life with love. Girl, I won't play with it. Rock like Stadium, Pissy Taylor Swift. Though you've got fans, I'm your man. You got the lead role, star in my show. You stick to the script. That's why me love you, you never switch. Now I showtime, me and my star girl. Oh yeah, showtime, you are the star. Showtime, me and my star girl. Flashing lights, star girl in a me love life. Ready for the showtime, me and my star girl. Oh na 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 na, showtime, you are the star.